And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
Family night on the campus of Wayne State College in beautiful Wayne, America, as we get set for college football on News Channel Nebraska. Tonight's Nebraska Public Power District matchup pits the Wayne State Wildcats against the 11th ranked Minnesota State Mavericks. Nebraska Public Power District always there when you need them. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Gorgeous night here for football. And Lou, Minnesota State, boy, it's hard to draw up a better early season resume than the one they've drawn up. 2 wins over teams that were ranked at the time, a thriller over Bemidji State last week. But tonight, they play a Wayne State team that beat a ranked team the last time they played on this field. This should be a dynamite matchup this evening.
Yeah, I mean, don't go anywhere. This is going to be 4 quarters of really good football. First of all, when I'm looking at Minnesota State as we came over here, my first thought is they're big. There's some big dudes. It's a good football team, always at the top of the conference standings, always seemingly in the national playoffs. So a win tonight for Wayne State, that could be a real propellant. Wayne State's right outside of the top 25. I guarantee a win tonight puts them in the top 25. And the sky's the limit for Wayne State if they can get it done here tonight.
Yeah, that early season resume, not bad for Wayne State either. Best offense in the conference through 2 weeks. We'll introduce you to some of the key players tonight. You'll hear from head coach Logan Masters and much more. You're watching Wayne State Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Welcome back to Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay as we get set for the Wildcats to host 11th ranked Minnesota State. Wayne State 2-0, 2 blowout wins. Really impressive, including last week against MSU Moorhead. They got it done in the passing game, but they did it, Lou, with one of their running backs, Latravius Boyd, showing that he can do it with his legs out of the backfield and everything running back for Coach Logan Masters.
Well, I've said for a couple of years it'd be great to have that running back that takes some pressure off Nick Bone. You've got it this year with Latravius Boyd. Not only a guy that can carry the ball several times a game, but a guy with breakaway speed. We saw him in the first game against Missouri S&T, 95-yard touchdown. He'll be big in this game. The big play threat, it's got to be there. Latravius Boyd out of that running back spot is that big play threat.
Caught 2 touchdown passes from Bone last week. Meanwhile, Minnesota State victories over Northwest Missouri and Bemidji State last week. A wild game last week. Had 9 different lead changes. Won it at the last second. One of the reasons they won it is the reigning offensive player of the week in the conference. Trayshawn Watson has been a big play receiver for Minnesota State this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a challenge tonight. He's 6'4". He's got that size. He's 6'4", 200, a good athlete, a guy that can go and make plays. You mentioned the 2 touchdowns. You're going to try to take the ball out of his hands, try to make them throw to somebody else. If Watson has a big game tonight, it could be a very long night for Wayne State, so they got to try to keep him in check and not allow him the big play.
Well, the guy in charge of trying to keep Minnesota State in check, Logan Masters. You'll hear from him next. You're watching Wayne State Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Ashoff Construction.
If you're experiencing balance problems, dizziness, or even vertigo, physical therapy may be one of your treatment options. At Faith Regional, there's a specialist who can help. I'm joined now by Aaron Baumert, a physical therapist with Faith Regional Health Services. One of your specialties is vestibular therapy. Let's start at the basics. What is vestibular therapy?
Vestibular therapy is a type of therapy for patients with any type of vestibular diagnosis that can be ranging from vertigo, dizziness, problems with balance, and eye-head coordination problems. And the patients that have those problems have symptoms that are, can range anywhere from just like when they lay down or change positions or tip their head back in the shower and the room starts spinning. That's kind of a telltale sign of positional vertigo. People that have problems with balance, like if they're walking through the grocery store and they turn their head side to side and they try to scan things while they're moving, that can be another telltale.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out AshoffConstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
My name is Glenda Knightsky, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. 36 years ago, Fred hired me and Hoskins. Over the years, there's been a lot of great changes. Now I get to work with his sons, Jarvis and Aaron. I'm a customer engagement specialist. I'm there to greet the customer when they walk in the door, and if I can help them, I will find someone who can. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Time to take a look at our school spotlight. That is brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing, or do you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Maybe your business does. I don't know what you do for a living. Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. There you see Wayne State. Beautiful Wayne, America here at Bob Cunningham Field on a gorgeous night for the Wildcats in Wayne, America, welcoming Minnesota State in. There are few teams at the Division II level with more history than Minnesota State. You could argue maybe the best program that's never won a national championship. 14 appearances in the NCAA postseason, 2 championship appearances, including in 2019, but no titles. And for folks who are Minnesota Viking fans, this is indeed where Adam Thielen came from. That's a look at your school spotlight brought to you by Currency. All right, let's talk starting lineups for tonight's contest as Wayne State takes the field. That's brought to you by Medica. When you have a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Wayne State offensively, they'll have Nick Bowen still in at quarterback. A lot of folks around the Northern Sun Conference glad to see that S next to his name in the class. Only one more year with the senior from Bennington. Huge up front on the offensive line, including on the right side, Terrell Tompkins, 300-pound senior out of Cedar Falls, Iowa. Wide receivers, I think it'll be interesting to see how they get involved tonight. Jaden Johnson, number 6, Kendrick Watkins-Hogue, the redshirt sophomore out of Dubuque, Iowa. He's been big for them. Jaden Johnson's been a little quiet, although he's been great in special teams. We'll see what he can do for Wayne State here tonight. Defensively for Wayne State, Base 4 front, Carter Sitzman, Luke Lambert, Caden Sutton, James Frank are your D linemen. One of the best linebacking crews in Division II with Dexter Larson and Alex Kowalczyk, the preseason All-American. On the right side, Clyde Hinton on the left. And in the defensive backfield, Joe Morrison, Jacob Bird, Gerald Fly, and Braden Cheney. Opening kickoff coming up. You're watching Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres. It's about the legacy passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Elevate your drive with Woodhouse Ford. From driving the city streets to cruising the back roads, Woodhouse Ford has something for every lifestyle. Discover the joy of performance and reliability with Woodhouse Ford, where every mile is a testament to quality craftsmanship. With 3 locations in Omaha, Blair, and Plattsmouth, Woodhouse Ford is ready to help you. Shop our inventory and offers going on now and experience the difference of buying with Woodhouse Ford.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
Back at Bob Cunningham Field in Wayne, Nebraska. Wayne State getting set to host Minnesota State tonight. Minnesota State coming in ranked 11th in the coaches poll, 7th in the nation, actually, in the D2Football.com poll, as we will get a chance to see who will be getting the ball first. This is a game reminiscent of Spy versus Spy. You've got all black against all white. Wayne State in their black uniforms, sending out their captains, Dexter Larson, Nick Bone, Jet Jansen, and Alex Kowalczyk, the Minnesota State captains. Meanwhile, you see Andrew that is Maven Crutchy, who's out there, along with Antonio Alzheimer. The center, Zach Ragau, and Trayshawn Watson, reigning Northern Sun Conference Offensive Player of the Week. It appears Minnesota State has won the toss.
Eric, I like the all-black uniforms.
Looks good,
I think
doesn't
that looks
it?
sharp.
Looks good.
Yeah, that's one thing with Wayne State, they do a lot of different combinations. But this is my favorite one, and they bring it out here for maybe the biggest game they'll have all year. Maybe, we'll see.
Perhaps.
I mean, you don't know this early in the season, but certainly a big game, no question about it. Minnesota State, one of those teams picked to win, or rather picked to compete to win the conference championship. Wayne State was picked 4th. The 2 teams in front of both of these teams, Augustana and Minnesota Duluth, picked Minnesota Duluth 1 and Augustana 2. Wayne State doesn't play either of those teams. So this is a big one. You get a chance to get a quality win against a formidable opponent here at home, and probably get yourself ranked, and then that kind of sets you up for the Wayne State doesn't have an easy schedule. It's not like they're playing a bunch of nobodies the rest of the way, but you don't play the top of the conference, at least who everybody thought was going to be good at the start of the year.
Yeah, there are 3 teams currently ranked in the top 25 of the Northern Sun Conference. Minnesota State, the only one of them that Wayne State will play this season. Minnesota State, each of the first 2 weeks of the season, has had the reigning conference offensive player of the week. They've been lighting it up so far in big games. A 36-22 victory over Northwest Missouri State in their season opener. Then last week, a wild one in Bemidji State, where Connor Fournier, the redshirt freshman, it was Matthew Jager, actually, who hit his first field goal of the year, a 31-yarder as time expired, to give them the 31-29 victory over then 25th ranked Bemidji State.
That's, talk about clutch. Your first kick and you knock it home like that. That's a big time. Bemidji State's a team. We talked about the Augustanas, Minnesota States, and those teams. Bemidji State is a good football team. That's really a quality win for Minnesota State, and they've been in the fire. Now, Wayne State's had a couple, fairly lopsided wins. We'll see how they play tonight, assuming that this game goes into the fourth quarter a tight ball game.
Yeah, Bemidji State took out their frustrations of last week on Southwest Minnesota State this week, turning in a 33-0 victory earlier today. As for Wayne State, 49-17 over Missouri S&T, a game you saw here on NCN. Then last week, 44-17 over MSU Moorhead. First time Wayne State's played on a Saturday this season. They will be starting with the ball back deep for the Wildcats. Dawson Forgy and Jaden Johnson, and here we go. It is Forgy from the 14. Keeps his balance across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. And the 200-pound junior out of Winterset High School in Iowa has Wayne State set for their first offensive possession, and we get our first look at Nick Bowen, who has picked up right where he left off. 56% completion, 6 touchdowns, just 1 INT, 52 rushing yards as well. Lou, he is as dangerous a quarterback in both facets of the game as anyone.
Yeah, he can hurt you with his arm, and he can hurt you with his feet. He does a lot of things very, very well.
They fake to Boyd over the middle. That's caught! Almost broke it, did Schmatter.
Wow.
Jamal Spivey, the sophomore, makes a touchdown-saving tackle, but Ashton Schmatter, that's the Bennington to Bennington Connect, and those two have been playing pitch and catch for 8 years now, and it gets Wayne State a first down.
Yeah, I think Wayne State should just bring the Bennington High School team up, and then you're going to be pretty good. They never lose, but great way to start the ball game. Spivey, if he doesn't get him around those ankles, that's a touchdown.
Bowen going to the air again. Flushed, pretty well covered. He had Boyd flaring out of the backfield. Instead goes far sideline to Schmatter again. Schmatter had not caught a ball before today. Now he's caught 2 on this drive, and it'll be second and short.
Yeah, last year he was one of those consistent guys that caught a ball every game. You want to get him involved. I like the protection there by the offensive line. A 4-man rush by the Mavericks, and good coverage downfield, but we saw what Bone can do. He can keep plays alive and find those open receivers. A great job by the offensive line to protect him.
Minnesota State showing pressure. We got movement all over the place. Flags are down. We will hear from our official, head referee Chris Gieris out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. And it is a false start on Wayne State, their first penalty of the ball game.
False start. I thought that was like a disco penalty.
That's it, yeah. He's just doing the rumba. That's all. By the way, our referee crew, 1 from Nebraska, 1 from Minnesota. So we're even. Jason Harstick, the umpire out of Lincoln, the headline judge, Corey Radisowitz out of Laverne, Minnesota. Rest of the crew comes from either Iowa or South Dakota. So 2nd and 8 after the penalty. Bowen to the air. Caught. That's Jaden Johnson. His 7th reception of the season, moves the sticks, and Wayne State, of course, we make a running back our key player, and it's Wayne State airing it out early on.
Yeah. Well, Latravius Boyd will be important in this game before it's over. Both these teams want to be very multidimensional. They want to be able to throw and run. Which team can make the other one more one-dimensional is going to be important, and probably the team that will win the ball game.
Our replay brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. First carry of the game goes to Dawson Forgy, the junior. 144 yards rushing coming into this evening's contest. He and Boyd, a very talented 1-2 punch. Quite a luxury for Coach Logan Masters in the backfield.
Yeah, I think this is a talented, we We talked a lot about Wayne State's defense, and certainly the linebacking crew that they have with Larson and Kowalczyk. That's as good as you're going to find probably in Division II. I like this offense that Wayne State has. A lot of weapons with a very good and experienced quarterback around him and a good offensive line.
1 yard gain on 2nd and 9. Bone pressured, fires, thinking big, thinking end zone. But it's well covered and overthrown. He was trying to get it to Jaden Johnson. Edmund Okanzie, the 180-pound junior out of Champlin, Minnesota, North Dakota transfer, was there, and it's 3rd down.
They're trying to go deep that time. Well, probably a good thing that it sailed because there was 2 Minnesota State defenders in the area.
First incompletion of the ball game after 3 straight completions for Bone. 3rd down and 9 from the 34. Might be 4-down territory in this in-between area.
You'd certainly like to get a positive gain on this down.
They'll swing it near side. Caught, but good pursuit by Minnesota State. Maybe a yard for Trevor Marshall, the junior. Big wideout, 220 pounds out of Gretna, but wasn't able to rumble for much. It'll be 4th down and about 7 now for Wayne State.
And one of the linebackers, Cade Stingle there for Minnesota State, did a good job to fight off the block and plug up that play and really shut it down. Now you are kind of in no man's land. That'd be a really long field goal. And if you punt, you really don't gain much field position, so they're going to go for it.
4th down and 7. Schmaderer in motion. Bone, as a flag comes in, looked like somebody flinched on the O-line. And now it's going to be 4th and 12. Does this change Coach Logan Masters' thinking?
Yeah, you lose 5 yards of field position.
We'll get the official call from... Called it on the center. Will Waschenberger, 300-pound junior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sioux Falls University transfer. And now, punt unit is coming out on 4th and 12. So penalties stall what was a promising drive. Wayne State will have to give it up.
Yeah, you can't do that too many times here this evening against this Minnesota State bunch.
So we've seen Trevor Marshall as a wide receiver. He's also the punter.
Yeah, and a good one, too. He did a nice job in the first ball game.
Looking to pooch it deep. Fair catch called for. Over the head. Oh, that touched a Minnesota State player, and it's Wayne State ball.
Wow, what a break.
Micah Brown didn't see it coming. It bounced off his leg, and Wayne State jumps on it. They've got it 1st and goal.
Marzion Crosby was on that play. He recovered that fumble. Great job just to be alert to see that happen and pounce on that football. What a break for Wayne State.
Take another look. Looked like it was going to go into the end zone, but instead right there bounces off of Micah Brown, the senior. Stonehill University transfer.
It was Braden Cheney that recovered the fumble.
So now 1st and goal. Wayne State from the 1 yard line. Straight ahead with Bone, trying to ride behind that offensive line. No signal yet. He didn't get there. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, mistakes are big in games like this. Special teams are big. That was great coverage by the special team unit, and get down there and be observant. See that ball hit the Minnesota State player. Cheney jumped on it.
So 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, straight ahead, just trying to get their big 215-pound quarterback into the end zone, and they do. Touchdown, Wayne State. First rushing touchdown of the season for Nick Bone, and the Wildcats take advantage of the Minnesota State mistake.
What a great job there for Wayne State. Get to see the touchdown just straight ahead, just power football with the big dogs up front. But what a break. You get the first one of the ball game and you do something with it. You get 6 points.
And now Boston Hensley, reigning Northern Sun Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. He was 3 for 3 on field goals last week, and he remains perfect on extra points this season. And with 10:36 to go, first quarter, Wayne State 7, Minnesota State nothing. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Home health care is a variety of services that are offered in a patient's home. wherever that patient defines their home, whether it be a nursing facility, assisted living, memory care, adult daycare, group home. And it's skilled services that are provided, which could be by a nurse, a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, a social worker, or a certified nurse's aide.
Yes, I would recommend Faith Home Health Care, simply because they make it easy for you to stay in your home. And they come with the supplies. You don't have to come up with anything. They bring everything with them. And they're friendly and kind and clean up after themselves. They don't ever leave a mess.
Anybody can qualify for home health, from a newborn all the way up to people greater than 100 years old.
My name is Harriet, and I really enjoy the services that Home Health Care has given me.
Wayne State kicking off after they take advantage of the muffed punt. They lead the number 11 team in the country 7-0 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. That drive, pretty simple one. 2 plays, 2 yards, goes for a touchdown. But, boy, a big break, and that's what you need to do if you're going to beat a ranked team. Take advantage of the opportunities you're given.
Exactly. First of all, again, that's just a heady play, just to see what's in front of you there and make that play, make that fumble recovery. And then you're absolutely right. When you have opportunities in games like this, you've got to cash them in. Wayne State gets the touchdown off of that special teams fumble.
Minnesota State offense on the field for the first time. Our first look at Hayden Eckern, the transfer out of South Dakota at quarterback. He hands off on first down to Tony Anger. What a great name for a running back. Anger straight ahead for 6 at 109 rushing yards coming into today. He's a senior out of Apple Valley, Minnesota.
I bet he's the nicest guy ever, too, with that
Usually
name.
how it works, isn't it? Second down 4. Eckern to the air for the first time. Soft coverage, first down, broken tackle. Minnesota State out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Stop made by Clyde Hinton. But that's Trayshawn Watson, the reigning offensive player of the week, getting it done early.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of looks. He'll get a lot of targets tonight. Eckern's a good quarterback, 487 yards in the first 2 games. Only 1 touchdown, but he's a guy with a lot of experience himself.
Eckern flushed, able to make a gain out of it. Brought down at about the 45-yard line, co-tackled by Kowalczyk and Carter Sitzman, the sophomore, 260-pounder for Wayne State out of Lincoln Christian High School.
Really important, I think, tonight for Wayne State to try to control the tempo. You see Minnesota State trying to push it, trying to play fast.
Both teams employing no huddle early on. Eckern to the air out of the empty backfield, open for first down yardage. That's Gabe Hagan. Out of the backfield, big target, 255-pound tight end out of Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. He's got first down yardage, Minnesota State into Wildcat territory.
The Mavericks moving right now very, very well.
They go to the ground again on first down. Huge hole out the right side, staying on his feet, first down and more. Across the 30 down to the 27-yard line. That's Christian Vassar. Only had 41 rushing yards coming into today. Minnesota State hurrying to the line once again. They do not want to let Wayne State adjust.
Yeah, they got Wayne State on their heels a little bit right now.
To the 26 on first down. They hand off. Vassar again. Vassar again with a huge hole inside the 20. This Minnesota State offensive line is enormous. 300-pounders on that line. The other 2 go 295. Just monsters on that O-line.
A couple small 295 fellas over there.
Second down and 2 after the gain of 8. That big offensive line opening another hole. Inside the 10, they'll mark him down right at the 10, but it's first and goal. Minnesota State wasting no time getting their offense going.
Not only that offensive line big in weight, look at the height, 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", 6'6". There's some big dudes out there.
So Vassar, 35 yards rushing on 3 straight plays. Now it's first and goal, Minnesota State right away from the 10. Handoff, bouncing to the outside. There's an angle, and there's the touchdown. How impressive was that by the Mavericks? Into the end zone, Sam Backer, the redshirt freshman, his first career touchdown out of Chatfield, Minnesota, and Minnesota State wasting no time answering the Wayne State touchdown.
Yeah, that was a rather effortless drive. Minnesota State looked really good. Wayne State's going to have to figure out some answers because Mavericks moved the ball down very methodically and put the ball in the end zone.
So now Matthew Jager, 8 for 8 on extra points so far this year. Joey Gettle, the holder. Extra point up, and it is good. And just like that, Minnesota State marches down the field. 8 plays in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. We're tied at 7. You're watching Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by USAFE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of you and your family. And want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
$7:55 to go. First quarter tied at 7 after Minnesota State. Boy, they made a statement with that last drive. 8 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And we are tied at 7 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay.
Most concerning part about that drive for Wayne State is the fact that Minnesota State ran for 55 yards, averaged 9 yards a carry on that drive.
Forgy takes the fair catch on the kick. And now Wayne State's offense, which looked pretty good. Their first time out, penalty stalled that drive. But they'll head back out and try to get the scoring going again. This has been two of the more potent offenses in the Northern Sun Conference. In fact, Wayne State, in terms of point production, tops in the conference coming into this week.
Yeah, a couple 40-point games. Well, Wayne State, you're going to have to have an answer of your own there because the way Minnesota State moved the football.
Here's Latravius Boyd trying to bounce to the outside, strong stiff arm. But good pursuit by Minnesota State, minimizing the gain. That's Alzheimer, the senior, making the tackle, one of the leading tacklers on this squad. In fact, is the leading tackler for Minnesota State coming into tonight, forcing Boyd out of bounds after the gain of 5.
That was good speed there. Boyd looked like he was going to catch that edge, but Minnesota State did a good job kind of hemming him in and keeping him to a reasonable 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5. Bowen on the rollout, tough throw, overthrew Schmatter. That's tough on the run against the grain. Schmatter had a step, but it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's a long throw, and on the run, that is a difficult throw to try to drop that in there to Schmatter. Early, 7:18 to go, still in the first quarter, but almost feels like kind of a big 3rd down situation.
And that defense not getting much chance to rest.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
They can't get the first down here. Bowen facing pressure. Blitz coming. Bowen over the top. Has a man incomplete. Kendrick Watkins Hogue couldn't catch up to it, and Wayne State will have to punt.
Wow, so close. Kendrick Watkins Hogue, if he can't catch it, nobody's going to catch that thing. He's got great hands. That was almost a circus catch for a big, big first down. Now, we just talked about it, Eric. Boy, defense just kind of got gauged a little bit there by the Minnesota State offense. 3 and out, they're right back on the field. That's not a recipe for success. You really wanted your offense to keep the football a little bit and give you a chance not only to rest a little bit, but talk about what it is that you need to do.
Marshall had a 35-yard punt his first time. This one booted and will be returned. This is Neil May, the redshirt freshman, swarmed upon as a flag comes in. I think Minnesota State's going to be going a little farther back. May brought down at the 32-yard line. We'll check on the penalty.
They could have a block in the back by Edmund O'Cansey, number 0 of Minnesota State.
Boy, so Wayne State's defense, bit of a gut check time for them. They got to go right back out there. Defensive coordinator Scott McLaughlin, we'll see what he's cooked up. We'll see if Minnesota State, I don't see any reason why they would not go away from the up tempo that we've seen. We'll get a look at the penalty here.
Yeah, watch the block right there in the back.
You know it's a penalty when immediately they put their hands up like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Yeah. It'd be better if you just fell down there or something as opposed to.
Oh, I twisted my ankle. 1st and 10, Minnesota State to the 23 after the penalty. They go on the ground on 1st down. Good patience on that run there. Hole opened up a little late, and it was Sam Backer taking advantage of it. The 190-pound redshirt freshman has not been used much. Gets 8 on 1st down.
Yeah, it's averaged 9 yards a carry on that last drive. Get 8 on that play.
There's the 1st down by Backer, diving into the sea of massive bodies in front of him out to the 35-yard line.
I don't know what it is about Minnesota State. We've done Minnesota State games here before, and they look like a NFL team up front. They just have such big bodies. It's just kind of their staple, how they do things up there. It starts with the offensive line, and they're huge.
From the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. They'll keep it on the ground. This time Wayne State bottles it up. Shortest gain of the game by far. Vassar gets maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down.
That's going to be very important for Wayne State to slow this running game down. We talked about it a moment ago, which team's going to make the other team more one-dimensional. Well, so far, Minnesota State hasn't had to throw. They've been fairly one-dimensional because they're averaging, until that play, about 9 yards a carry.
Trent Rasmussen and Dexter Larson combined on the stop. Now 2nd and 9. They swing it near side, angling for 1st down yardage near the sticks. They say he stepped out of bounds, did Vassar at the 42-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 3.
Well, you'd love to get off the field here if you're Wayne State.
Drake Peed, the 270-pound junior, checks in for Wayne State on the D-line. Everybody on the line on this 3rd down play. It's on the ground, and in the backfield is Peed. They won't get it. Tony Anger brought down a 1-yard loss. And the 270-pound junior out of Elk Point, South Dakota, makes a huge play for Wayne State.
Yeah, I think he's 270 without much clothing on. He's a big guy. That was a big-time play, big-time stop defensively. And when you say get the football back, you had to slow this offense down and challenge that running game. It's a great job. Pete, he's been a guy for the last few years that's been able to do that, really penetrate, whether it's a pass rush or in the run game. He's always been able to make those tackle for losses.
Now it's Connor Fournier, the redshirt freshman, averaging 36 yards a punt. Forgy angling away from this one. It was a good punt, takes a Wayne State bounce, and is dead at the 16-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt. No return here in our first quarter, brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk. Building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Wayne State, the 3-and-out. Last time they had the ball, now they've got it 1st and 10 at their 16-yard line. Their lone touchdown came after a muffed punt, set them up 1st and goal at the 2.
Put together a drive here, make that Minnesota State defense work.
Forgy couldn't get the edge, swarmed upon immediately, and brought down in the backfield. That was Alzheimer, who applied the initial pressure, maybe a yard. Now they'll give him the line of scrimmage. That's it at 2nd down.
It looked like he ran into his own blocker there. That slowed that play down. We'll see it again. Right right around, I guess. He kind of hugged the backside there of...
it was Will Waschenberger, I believe.
Yeah, the center. Yeah, the center was pulling on that play.
So 2nd down and 10. We've got 3:39 to go first quarter. Bone on play action. Wants it all. Has Johnson over the top. Well covered, incomplete. A lot of hand jockeying. No flag. If anything, you might have called it on Wayne State. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, if that's pass interference, it's going to be on Jaden Johnson. Ball was short. I think it's a good no call. You allow them to, as you called it, jockeying for position. That's exactly what was happening. Another 3rd down and 10, but Wayne State's unable to put together a drive in this first quarter.
See, this was well covered.
To push, a little bit of a push right there.
Lorenzo Jones with the coverage. Now 3rd and 10. Bone to the air again, facing late pressure. Flushed, gets rid of it late. Oh, that's a dangerous throw. There was a defender out there, and that would have been the easiest touchdown in the world. As it is, Wayne State will live to punt it away.
You see that ball floating up and a couple white shirts over there. You hold your breath. Bone not usually one to put the ball in harm's way, and he did get it out of bounds. But, boy, that was scary there for a moment.
So another 3-and-out, second straight 3-and-out that Minnesota State's defense has forced. And Marshall on to punt it away again. Bit of a wobbly kick. Fair catch called for by Call West. It goes over his head. Takes a Wayne State roll. This is a great punt. Across the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's a 72-yard punt.
I think West lost that in the sun. He didn't. He was going to field it, and then he just stepped up. I don't know why you don't just catch it unless you just didn't see it and you were afraid you were going to fumble it. I think he lost it in the sun, and that's the way, as a returner, we talk about that every week. It seems you want to field those punts. You lost a good 15 yards in field position there.
So by my math, that's a 72-yard punt. And Minnesota State has the field flipped on them. 1st and 10 from the 22. On play action, underneath, beautifully executed there. Perfect pass, great catch on the sideline by Grant Guyette, the 190-pound junior out of Omaha West Side, former West Side Warrior, making a nice play there.
Guyette got both feet in bounds. That's a nice catch and great footwork around the sideline.
Gain of 11 to the 33, quick hitter. Left side, they get it to Watson. Trying to fight his way out of the tackle. Pushed out across the 40. They'll say forward progress stopped inbound, so the clock continues to roll. 2:33 to go first quarter. And a 2nd down and 2 upcoming for Minnesota State.
They get a pass for 8 yards. This team can do both well. They run the ball well, as we've seen, but a team that averages over 200 yards a game throwing the football as well.
Breaking tackles in the backfield, bouncing to the outside. Look out. Down the far sideline, inside the 15, reversing his field again and tripped up just shy of the end zone. Sam Backer with a brilliant run. It's 1st and goal, Mavericks.
Now, Sam Backer, not even in the too deep roster. That's the biggest play of the ball game. Almost, he was zigging it, he was zagging, he almost got it into the end zone. Had a really nice cut back there about halfway through that run.
Now they've got it 1st and goal. They're lining up in a hurry. 57-yard run. Longest of Backer's young career. Now they go up the middle, driving. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown, Minnesota State. That's Tony Anger. His 2nd this year, and the Mavericks offense is impressive here in the first quarter.
Boy, running the ball the way they've run it in the first quarter, Wayne State's got to get something figured out because they're not going to stay in the game giving up this sort of rushing yards. The big play a moment ago by Backer, and then Anger puts it in from 1 yard out. I think they feel like they can get 1 yard against anybody in the country.
Now the extra point pending. It is up, and it is good. So Minnesota State averaging 10 yards a play on offense. They're up 14-7 first quarter. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be all right. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
The number 11 team in the country playing like it so far. A 4-play, 78-yard drive ends with a 2-yard touchdown run by Tony Anger. And Minnesota State averaging 10.1 yards per play. They've got a 14-7 lead on Wayne State.
The passing yardage pretty similar. You got 44 yards for Minnesota State, 42 to Wayne State. But look at the rushing yards. First quarter, 129 yards rushing. And Wayne State with 8. That's got to change if you're going to stay in this ballgame.
Kickoff is away. 4G on the back pedal. And Wayne State will start it at the 25-yard line. So 14-7 our scoreboard today, brought to you in part by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Also by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith.
Well, the good news for Wayne State, it's first quarter. You're down 14-7. Your touchdown drive was like 2 yards. And Minnesota State has kind of moved the ball at will. We've seen Wayne State make adjustments in the past. A lot of football left to be played, but they've got to start changing some things right now.
Nick Bowen completed his first 3 passes. He's 1 for 6 since. They'll keep it on the ground. Here's Boyd. Finding a little bit of room off the right side. Gang tackled. After a gain of 3, it'll be second down. If anything, I think if you're Wayne State, you just want your defense to get a break. 2 straight 3-and-outs makes it tough against this offense.
Yeah, especially a physical offense and an offense that has been able to run the ball, and they've outmuscled Wayne State up front. You need some time to rest and to kind of go over what you want to do.
Boyd now cutting back into the middle. Close to first down yardage. Boy, this young man, we've seen him develop over the years, Lou. Now a sophomore. He really stepped in kind of late last season, became sort of a secret weapon for them, and he's really becoming more and more of a featured back in this Wayne State offense.
Yeah, he's had a couple big games to start the season. Boy, you might want to, you certainly hope he's going to have a big game here the rest of this one.
Try to get it on the ground on third down. How about the stiff arm? That's
goes.
Boyd down the sideline. No one in front of him. Trying to catch him from behind.
Touchdown.
They call it the touchdown.
Wow.
What a run by Latravius Boyd.
Well, my favorite players are guys that do things when I say it. You know, that's just my favorite. We want a big game out of you, Latravius. And he goes, all right, how about this?
66 yards to pay dirt, and it started with a beauty of a stiff arm in the backfield. Take a look.
Great stiff arm, and then a good leverage there as he went around. He gets the stiff arm, and then...
That's the previous run.
That was the previous play.
We'll take a look at it when we get a chance. In the meantime, Hensley on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. We'll keep it here. Just 11 seconds to go. In the first quarter, we've already seen a ton. We're tied at 14. Okay, it's kind of a good news, bad news thing, though, right? Because you get the touchdown, but it's another 3-and-out. That was only 3 offensive plays, so the defense has got to get right back out on the field again.
Yeah, that's the bad news is they didn't get much rest. The good news, they're going to be pumped up after this big play. Now we'll see it. There's the stiff arm. Watch the angle he takes and the explosion down that sideline. Great speed, runs pretty much away from the Minnesota State defense. They got him right at the end there, but he was in the end zone, and nice ball spin there on top of that.
Putting some English on it, the sophomore.
We'll call him Big Play Boyd. How's that sound?
I like that, out of Orlando, Florida. He has been Big Play Boyd this season. The 95-yard run earlier this year. He's been doing big things for Wayne State head coach Logan Masters and offensive coordinator Colin Prosser. And I think if you're Wayne State, you feel good about the fact you did that on the ground, too. Winning the battle in the trenches against Minnesota State, that's a big deal.
Yeah, you'll take a touchdown however you can get it, but you want to be able to run the ball some. As I said before, both these teams want to be multidimensionally. They're at their best when they're able to run and pass, keep the defense off balance. Minnesota State is dominated on the ground. And if you're Wayne State, you'd certainly like to have some plays on the ground. You got a big one from Latravius Boyd.
Minnesota State will return this one from the 7. It's Watson trying to get the edge, angling out at the 25-yard line. Pretty good returner, averages just shy of 19 yards per return. And Minnesota State, probably one more play this quarter. We'll see what comes of it.
And sometimes you see a player out on the field and you go, that guy's good. I haven't seen him do anything. That's Trayshawn Watson, right? He looks the part.
Just got the look about him, doesn't he? Well, this has been an exciting first quarter.
Oh, yeah. The defense, you want the defense to come up with some big plays here.
Minnesota State staying on the ground, and this time the defensive line holds it to a minimal gain from Christian Vassar. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. We told you you were in for a good one, and through the first quarter, we're right. 14-all, second quarter coming up. This is Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
When we met with Angela, it was pretty simple. She showed us a number of plans that would be available and asked to look at our list of prescriptions to try to find the best possible supplement.
She's been very thorough and very thoughtful about keeping in touch with us.
I would certainly recommend Angela for any of your supplemental insurance needs. She's not there to sell you a product. She's there to make certain that the product that she finds for you is best suited for what you need.
Getting set for the start of the second quarter after a first quarter that saw exactly 300 yards of offense. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Not much offense there as they try the QB keeper with Eckern. And it'll be third down for Minnesota State to start this second quarter. Latravius Boyd, 66-yard touchdown run. His third rushing touchdown of the season is even this game at 14.
Well, you like the first couple runs by Minnesota State, only two, I guess, 3rd and 8. Now first time that really in the ball game that Minnesota State's had a long yardage situation.
The motion man was Gabe Hagan. We got flags all over the place. This will be the first penalty on Minnesota State today.
Long just got longer there with that penalty. Let's see if Wayne State pressures on this play, if they bring a blitz or if they just drop back in coverage. Eckern, again, another guy with experience.
So it'll be third down 13 after the false start. You've got Eckern, Anger in the backfield with him. 3 receivers split wide. On play action, Eckern pressured, hit as he throws, caught. First down, Minnesota State into Wayne State territory. That's Isaiah Emanuel, the 205-pound junior, just his second reception of the season, and it's a big one.
Yeah, tried to stun on that defensive line, almost got to Eckern, but he was able to stand in there. That's what you talk about, that experience. He's not going to get rattled when guys are in his face. He had enough time to get that ball away. Wayne State defenders out there still completed the pass.
Goes for 30 on 3rd and 13. Ooh. Finds Emmanuel again. Absorbs the big hit from Marzion Cosby. And another chunk play, another first down for the Mavericks.
Well, you felt like you had them where you wanted them, didn't you? And a couple plays later, they're knocking on the door.
52 yards on back-to-back receptions for Emmanuel. And now it's 1st and 10 from the Wayne State 26. Eckern perfect through the air, 7 of 7. He's facing pressure here. Drilled as he threw it. I mean, he absorbed a blow from Clyde Hinton, the sophomore out of Plattsmouth High. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Clinton just hit him right at the end as he threw the football. Watch him come in from the top of the screen, right on the backside there of Eckern, and delivers a blow.
Eckern just throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Pressure again. Oh, dropped underneath. That was a well-designed play. They were trying to get it to the big tight end, Hagan. So 2 straight incompletions. It's 3rd and 10.
It's kind of funny that we talked about Minnesota State being much like the TV show Minnesota State.
That's
Their
true.
quarterback's name is Hayden.
That is, yeah, wow. How many people watching right now get the reference we just made?
Oh, come on, you got to love Coach.
Yeah,
come on now.
Where's Dauber? 3rd down and 10. Eckern going to try to get it with his legs. I think he got there. Depends on where they mark him out.
I think
they're going to mark him out short.
Yeah,
our angle was hard to see where the sideline was from where we were. So it's going to be 4th down and 3. What do you do here if you're the Mavericks?
Well, I think you're going to go for it here. I don't think you're thinking field goal at all. You've moved the ball so well in this first half so far. Wayne State has really not stopped you at all.
Here we go. 4th down and 3 from the 19. Anger in the backfield. A tight end shift. They'll try to get it on the ground. Oh, boy, they're going to have to measure. I don't think they got it, though. Wayne State stepped up. Marzion Cosby made an incredible play, and Wayne State gets the stop.
Yeah, he was short, and Coach Masters, first guy out there on the field, getting excited over that big play. It was a great effort. He dove, almost got there, about a half a yard short.
Take a look at Cosby, and then behind him, I believe, was that Larson that tripped him up? No, that was Gerald Fly who came in from the secondary spot. Great stop defensively, the first of the game for Wayne State. Now they're going to get Bone off and going with his legs. Makes a defender miss. He's about as strong a quarterback as you're going to find, and he just showed it there. He drove big number 92, Caden Lovett, all 285 pounds of him, back about 3 yards.
Well, you got a guy like Bone that is a 4-year starter, so important to your team. A lot of times your quarterback's getting hit like that. You're holding your breath, and you probably still are. But Nick Bone is like a running back. He takes blows like that. It's not a big deal to him.
If anything, the defensive coordinator is holding his breath going, I don't want my lineman taking that many hits from that quarterback.
Yeah, our guys are beat up from your quarterback.
2nd down and 3. It's Forgy into the pile, not much. 3rd down imminent. As, they're big on the defensive line as well. They average 300 on the offensive side. Defense is big as well. That's 275-pound Cody Brown, the senior Dakota State transfer out of Madison, Wisconsin. And it'll be 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, you got 285, 275, 265 across that starting defensive front.
So it'll be 3rd down and a yard. Can Wayne State bow up and get what they need? They got tight ends in the backfield, power formation. It's Forgy. Wayne State can't get there. Minnesota State broke through and made a big-time play. That was Cade Stingle jumping through, the redshirt freshman, making the play in the backfield, and Wayne State's going to have to punt.
And Stingle has had a few plays in this first half. He gets there first, and then, boy, it's just nothing doing. And I'd say that the line of scrimmage really on both sides of the ball right now in favor of the Mavericks. They just won that war up front, just outmanned Wayne State and made the play.
10:23 to go in the half. We're trying to fix we know that we've got our clock is not on the screen right now. We're working on trying to fix that. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on. Another great punt. Wow. That one is boomed. That was in the air to the 15-yard line. That's a 53-yard punt all in the air.
You can have some NFL scouts here for Trevor Marshall as a punter. I swear that ball came down with a little snow on it. It went so high.
Hey, folks, stick around. We got halftime coming up. That's brought to you in part by Insurance 365, the healthcare specialists you want to do business with. Also by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
Look at that, that flipped the field position, that punt. That's such a weapon, and Marshall's been very, very good so far this year.
And now Wayne State's defense starting to pick it up. Dexter Larson finishing off that play, but there were a lot of Wildcats in the backfield.
Yeah.
That's a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. The best linebacking crew in the Northern Sun is right here in Wayne State. There's Kowalczyk that changed him, made him go inside, and then his buddy Dexter Larson made the tackle.
Kowalczyk already with 5 tackles today. Quick hitter near side in the open field, staying on his feet. That's the big play.
Yep.
Receiver Trayshawn Watson winning the one-on-one battle and getting the first down.
Now, he's a little bit different level of athlete. You better be very, secure on that tackle because he'll pull away from you. You saw it there, breaks the tackle and picks up extra yards. Danny was not able to bring him down.
Watson's 3rd reception for 19 yards today. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Nothing that time. Well, the running game has been stuffed a little bit the last few times for Minnesota State. They were gaining 7-8 yards a pop. That time Vassar, who had the big 57-yarder earlier in the first quarter, stopped for no gain.
He tried to spin here. Watch, he spins right into the defensive tackle. Oh,
whoops.
I think that was
like when you accidentally back into somebody in line at the bank.
That's Caden Sutton. That was like backing into a bus.
2nd down and 10. Wayne State showing blitz. They back off it. Now bring late pressure. Pass is caught. Boy, Eckern, you give him time. He can make the play. 9 of 11 through the air as the chain gang official on the sideline got cleared out. Looks like he's okay.
Dangerous spot down there.
It is. A yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Eckern's such a good quarterback. He is one of the reasons this is such a powerful team this year. Just a good, experienced quarterback.
Minnesota State quickly to the line, diving forward. I believe they've got it. They just went with Eckern with a quarterback keeper. He kind of dove off the left side and has the first down to the 40-yard line. So Minnesota State 2 first downs already on this drive. 12 first downs in this game to just 3 for Wayne State.
Yeah, they have dominated up front. It's the scoreboard. You got the turnover and the big play that has kept Wayne State in this, but it's been Minnesota State that's moved the football.
Pressure that time. They were trying to go over top of it, kind of a tight end screen, it looked like, to Hagan, but the pressure was too much. It'll be 2nd and 10. We've got 7:32 to go in the half. 3 receivers split to the left on 2nd and 10. Eckern, hands off. This is Anger spinning through the first line of defense, brought down after a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
It's Dexter Larson again that made first contact, and he's able to shoot the gap and get in there and make that hit. Boy, these are the situations. If Wayne State's going to win this ball game today, you've got to win these situations, these 3rd down and long situation.
Minnesota State 2 of 4 on 3rd down today. They face a 3rd and 7. Over the middle, too tall, incomplete. It was pretty well designed. The receiver was open. He was trying to get it to Guyette, who had that great sideline catch earlier. And the Omaha West Side grad can't haul it in. It'll be 4th down. Wayne State forces the punt.
And Mitchell Anderson there for Wayne State was in the area. A little bit better throw. That would have been a completion. So a rare occasion where Eckern does not put the ball on the money. A little bit. Wayne State did bring some pressure. But a big stop for that Wayne State defense, much, much needed.
6:57 to go in the first half. A first quarter that had 300 yards of offense. It has been a little bit lighter here in the second quarter. Bit of a knuckleball punt there. Forgy backing up at the 20. Tumbles backwards, fair catch made at the 18-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return. Wayne State, a lot of Bob Cunningham field in front of them. They have all three of their timeouts and potentially the chance to take a lead here late first half.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown the propensity for the big play. Can they put together a drive here? That's the question. You're going to have to probably do it at some point in this ball game. But, boy, this Minnesota State defense has been very, very tough outside of giving up the one long run to Latravius Boyd.
Wayne State, 134 yards of offense, but again, much of it was on that Boyd completion. They get it to Boyd in space. That's usually a good idea.
Yeah.
Breaks away from the tackle, still somehow slides his way to first down yardage. What a run after the catch by Boyd. He gets 11, and now he's slow to get up, though.
I wonder if he didn't get twisted in there. He was really twisting and turning, you hope.
We got a Minnesota State player down as well.
Nothing significant here for either of these young men.
We've got two players down. We'll take a break. Tied at 14. This is Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Both players for Wayne State and Minnesota State getting worked on the sideline. It was Latravius Boyd for Wayne State. That pass incomplete. They were trying to get it to Watkins Hogue over the middle. It'll be second down and 10. Never did see who the injured Minnesota State player was. They're working on him in the tent now. Boyd is standing on the sideline. He got off under his own power, stretching, was kind of holding his lower back.
Yeah, he got twisted pretty good in that play. He appears to be okay, but you're just trying to make sure you get him limbered up here after that, like I said, that twisting incident.
Second down and 10 from the 29. They'll go to Dawson Forgy, following the blockers, bowling over defenders close to first down yardage. Forgy lowers the boom on Max Sheridan, the sophomore linebacker. That's one nice thing. You know, you don't want to lose Latravius Boyd, and he's putting the helmet back on. I think we'll see him soon. But yeah. Dawson Forgy, again, this is a good crew of running backs that the Wildcats have.
Yeah, Forgy's a guy that can carry the ball a lot. I mean, you can keep him in there for a while. A good, solid running back. He may not have quite the big play capabilities that Boyd does, but he's a solid guy that's going to very sure-handed ball carrier.
Bone gets the first down on the ground. The Wildcats were just 1 of 5 on third down before that conversion. Good, solid gain to the 44-yard line. 5.5 to go first half. Wildcats get the first down, keep the drive going as they try to take the lead.
Couple first downs here on this drive so far. That's a good sign right now if you're a Wayne State Wildcat fan. The offense starting to figure things out.
Bone pressured, throws it away. Ooh, was he outside the pocket? No flag yet.
They're going to talk about
Officials are going to talk about it. Yeah, there it is. That's going to be grounding.
Unfortunately, that's the right call.
That was Maven Krejci, the senior. 265-pounder out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And by the way, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on in that other game involving that Nebraska team. I will say, if you're a fan of high school football in Nebraska, Carter Nelson has just caught his first collegiate touchdown.
Yay.
The Ainsworth grad in the end zone for Nebraska.
Didn't know there was another game tonight.
Yeah, it turns out. I'm sure folks are,
Yeah,
they're DVRing that one, watching this one. They'll get to the other one later.
Well, that one will be over here shortly. This
Yeah.
one's going to go 4 quarters.
Boy, Wayne State, they've been their own worst enemy here today. Penalties have come up at bad times. That one is a disaster. Loss it down. It's going to be second and a whole bunch as they're all the way back at the 28-yard line. They need to get to the Minnesota State 46, so it's second and 28.
Yeah. Ways to go here. Try to get something here on second down. They're getting a long way to go and set yourself up for a manageable third down.
Latravius Boyd back in the game. They keep it on the ground with him. He gets nothing. Ridden down from behind by Max Lommel, the senior. And it's going to be third and a whole bunch after Boyd gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, Lommel, not the tallest guy, but another 285 fella out there for that Minnesota State. Those linemen are just enormous. But good athletes, too. You see why this team seemingly is always in the NCAA playoffs.
Homegrown athlete out of Chaska, Minnesota, making the play. Well, what's your 3rd and 24 play?
Get as much as you can and set up to punt.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Keep it on the ground. Boyd trying to fight for more yardage. Can't get there. Gets a couple. But Wayne State will have to punt again. Yet another drive stalls for Wayne State.
I think if you're Minnesota State now, you're thinking about putting some points on the board before halftime. They'll get the ball inside of 4 minutes, but have all their timeouts to work with. And they have been the team that has moved the ball much more impressively in this first half.
Well, Marshall's been very good. 48 yards averaging per punt. He gets another good one off here. No fair catch called for, and down the near sideline. Sneaky little play there by Neil May, who's been very good. He has had some big returns. Now, there is a flag behind the play. Is this one going to come back?
Yeah, I think you're going to have an illegal block. You're seeing the Carson Dunn there for Minnesota State talking with the officials. I think the flag's on him for an illegal block down around the 30-yard line.
3:45 to go first half. Wayne State. It is indeed the block in the back call. Just the 3rd penalty on Minnesota State today. Both teams with 3 penalties, in fact. And so Minnesota State, boy, field position has not been in their favor. They start this drive again inside the 20. But their average starting position has been much worse than Wayne State's. Average starting position about their own 23-yard line tonight. 1st and 10 from the 19. Eckern, pressured, gets it underneath, caught. That's Anger out of the backfield. Drilled at the end of the play, but a solid pickup on first down. Gets him about 7.
Yeah, good first down pickup. Kowalczyk was the guy out there chasing him down, making that tackle. I think if you're Wayne State, you don't want to give up the big play. If they're going to score, you make them chew up most of that clock.
Kowalczyk now 6 tackles. That leads the way for Wayne State. That doesn't get much. It'll be 3rd down.
And certainly if you're Wayne State, you'd like to get off the field here, get a 3 and out, and have your own chance to take the lead before halftime.
Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. Just now 3 minutes to go first half. 3rd and a yard. Straight ahead come the Mavericks, and they've got it. Second effort will get it there for them. Gain of a couple, 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's this good extra effort. Tony Anger, he does run kind of angry at times, doesn't he?
That is a good way to put it. He runs angry in more ways than one. 1st and 10 from the 30. Eckern looking to the air again, over the top, tipped and incomplete. They were trying to get it to Trayshawn Watson. No flag. Watson hit the deck. I think the officials might be saying incidental contact. I thought maybe their feet got hooked up.
That's exactly what happened. They got their feet just tripped over him here. The ball is tipped. The contact comes right there, right as probably a second or two before the tip, but I think that's absolutely the right call as incidental contact. There was no interference on that play.
Saw Jacob Bird tip the ball, so now 2nd and 10. Eckern pressured. Flush to the outside. Finds his check down, and he's close to first down yardage. That's that senior experience.
Yeah.
No panic. Good job to make something happen after the play breaks down, sets up a 3rd and short.
You talk about the other game that we just talked about. There's a quarterback that is so calm as a freshman. There's a senior just absolutely does things without any panic at all. I mean, he just does his check downs. He makes plays with guys in his face.
Timeout called by Minnesota State. We'll keep it here. 2 minutes to go in the half. It was a big 3rd down for Wayne State. Minnesota State, their offense has been incredible. 278 yards of offense here in this first half. 103 in the second quarter after they had 175 yards of offense in the first quarter alone. Both defenses have answered the call a little bit. We've seen bending but not breaking on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of yards for Minnesota State, but only 14 points, and that's what matters. Now they're going to, Minnesota State's going to try to put together a drive here with 2 minutes to go. But we go back to Eckern. It's rare for a guy to be a young player and play at a high level.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's guys like him that have been there and done that, and they're able to find those checkdowns and are able to make plays with guys in their face. And I think this guy could be, you've got really on both sides of the ball, you've got all league type quarterbacks between Nick Bone and Hayden Eckern.
Eckern was a great baseball player in high school as well. Looking over the top.
Look at that.
Delivers it on the money. A perfect pass to Guyette. Moves the sticks for Minnesota State on a gain of 26.
You're going to see a better pass than that. I mean, that's like a handoff. It was right in his hands. Perfect pass.
Quickly to the line comes Minnesota State. From the 35, looking to bounce to the outside. Minnesota State going to try to work some clock as Anger gets about a yard.
I think one thing that might give you hope if you're a Wayne State fan is the fact that they've started to slow this running game down a little bit. Minnesota State really just gouged them in that first quarter with the running game. Not quite so much here in the second quarter.
Anger, in fact, has been held to 16 yards on 7 carries. Back to the air. Good effort on a pass misthrown. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to get it out to Watson again.
Well, still a minute 18 to go before halftime. 3rd down and 9 for Minnesota State. And you're probably not in field goal range. From here, it'd be about a 51-yarder. We'll see if they take a shot maybe to the end zone. You've got a guy like Watson out there that you could target. Try to get that man-on-man coverage with him. He's going to win a lot of those battles at 6'4", 200.
Watson lined up to the right. He's at the top of your screen on 3rd down and 9. They are looking his way, and he's got it. First down, still on his feet, still fighting down to the 15-yard line before Clyde Hinton finally brings him down. But that's a gain of 19 and another first down for the Mavericks.
Just found him inside that, like Wayne State sitting back in zone defense, and just found him. Perfect pass.
So back to live action. They get to the line of scrimmage quickly and snap it. Christian Vassar brought down to the backfield for a loss of about 2. Clock ticking down to 48 seconds.
Now you got Watson on the near side by the Wayne State sideline.
Looks like he's going to be picked up by Gerald Fly defensively, one-on-one. That's where they're going in the end zone. Tipped away, incomplete. Sorry, that wasn't Fly. It was Cosby in coverage. That one found its way to Watson. It just bounced off his shoulder.
Well, you had somebody running the wrong route because Guyette and Watson are both there. You don't ever want to have 2 receivers in the same spot. That's a problem. I'm not sure I think they were trying to go to Watson here. Somehow Guyette ends up in the picture.
Yeah, Guyette was not supposed to be there because as soon as he snapped it, he was looking Watson's way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Guyette was reaching for a ball that wasn't intended for him. 30 seconds to go. 3rd down, 13.
Well, Mavericks in field goal range. If you're a Maverick fan, I think you're going to talk about it is make sure you don't turn it over here.
They call timeout. We'll take one as well. 30 seconds to go first half. Tie game. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
Make this the summer of Jeep at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save on our full lineup of SUVs like the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And take advantage of our current offers going on right now. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations in Blair or Bellevue today.
Out of the timeout, Minnesota State will have 1 left, I believe. 30 seconds to go in the half. It's 3rd down and 13, and Lou, like you said, I think just not turning the ball over is the key issue on this play.
Yeah, he's talking to Eckern about be sure of the play because we're in field goal range.
Eckern has been very good through the air, looking end zone. That was a miscommunication. Eckern threw to the middle, but Isaiah Emanuel had broken on the corner route, and Minnesota State will have to kick the field goal.
And definitely in range. Going to be about a 35-yarder.
Matthew Jager's longest was the game winner he hit last week from 31. This is just his 3rd attempt this season. He's a junior out of Plymouth, Minnesota. Actually started his football career at Missouri.
He's got a lot of confidence after last week.
Right dead center. Not a lot of breeze. What there is basically at his back, and there's motion. Everybody left early. You might call this on the kicker. So would have been a 35-yard field goal. Now it's a 40-yard field goal.
Now you're pushing range a little bit.
But again, this is a kicker who started his career at Missouri, so an SEC type of leg. From 40 yards for number 40. Good snap. Kick is on its way and just gets through. That one might have been partially blocked, I think, and still had enough to get through.
Somebody got their hand on it because you saw the ball change trajectories after it went past the line of scrimmage. Somebody got their hand on that.
We'll keep it here. 21 seconds to go in the first half, and Minnesota State takes the lead. Take another look.
Somebody right up the middle. Right there.
Yeah, right there. That's big number 93. Trent Rasmussen got a hand on it, and that ball still had enough. That's a boot to kick a 40-yarder that was blocked. It just bounced off the crossbar and got through, and Minnesota State retakes the lead now, 17-14, on a drive that was very efficient, 13 plays, 58 yards, and the Mavericks back on top. But, boy, if you're Minnesota State, you got to be a little frustrated, right? You're outgaining Wayne State by almost 200 yards offensively. It's 321 to 146.
321 yards in the first half, and you expect to have about 30 points or 35 points. You've got 17. So Wayne State very much in this ball game. That's the bad news, 320 yards you've given up. The good news is Logan Masters is 11-1 at home.
That's true. Something has got to give here. Logan Masters 11-1 lifetime. as the head coach here at Wayne State, but Minnesota State has been over 500 on the road in each of the last 15 seasons.
Yeah, they're good. They know how to win games like this.
Bit of a squibber. Ooh, ball still live. Wayne State's just going to fall on it there. Tyler LeClaire said, I don't want any piece of that. And the senior out of Bennington. More of that Bennington Badger representation, and why not? They've won like 100 games in a row.
Yeah.
What's the win streak up to 41 now,
41,
I think?
Yep.
Incredible. Incredible. They've been good for a while now. Dominant in Class B in high school, and that's why you see a lot of Bennington Badgers playing college ball, including right here at Wayne State. They've also got Jake Steer on the offensive line, the junior. He's a Bennington grad. 4 Bennington Badgers on this roster.
Mentioning that Logan Masters 11-1 at home. I remember them beating Augustana, who was highly ranked last year, had under 100 yards of total offense, and still found a way to win that game in the snow.
That's the last time they played a ranked team, and they beat them. And so if you got to win ugly, you win ugly. And while Wayne State has been outgained by quite a lot, they are still in this thing as we head to the half. It's Minnesota State 17, Wayne State 14 at Bob Cunningham Field. Halftime coming up. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, has several multi-specialty outreach physicians, including ear, nose, and throats, orthopedic surgery, urology, nephrology, general surgery, and pulmonology. Our physicians are all board certified. They have obtained the highest level of medical expertise in their field. Rated by our patients with a perfect 5 stars. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care, so close to home. Located in the Fountain Point Medical Building, Norfolk.
Fields, farms, communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out AshoffConstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
halftime here at Bob Cunningham Field. An exciting one as Wayne State trails 11th-ranked Minnesota State at the break, 17-14. You know, one of the best parts about coming and seeing a game at Wayne State, it's just a great spectator experience. This is a great stadium. The field's great. Spectator experience is a big part of enjoying sporting events, and that's why the Kearney Sportsplex, owned by the city of Kearney, opening next spring, is going to be great for the fans. They're going to have a 59,000 square foot hardwood gym, 3,000 plus bleacher setting. Great place for fans to come and watch whatever tournaments are going on, a lot of youth tournaments. I imagine there'll be all kinds of high school events that will be going on there as well, because they'll have 8 regulation high school basketball courts. You could set it up for 12 volleyball courts, 20 wrestling mats. I mean, you name it, an event can happen there. And Lou, as you and I can attest, when you've got a comfortable fan experience, that's half the battle.
Yeah, that's no question about it. That's a great city, a great facility. I hope they have breakaway rims because I do a lot of dunking when I play basketball.
Right. So one of the first events, you don't know this, it's going to be the Broadcaster Slam Dunk Contest. We're going to get broadcasters from all over the Midwest who they're going to lower the rims down to 7.5 feet. But also they're going to show what they can do. And folks, you have never seen a dunk until you've seen Lou Siefker's 360 windmill on a 7.5 foot breakaway rim. That's one of the many events that I don't know that we're actually doing that. Maybe we'll plan it someday.
Best part of those dunks, though, is when the paramedics come and help me.
Yeah.
After that.
He gets called for hanging on the rim, but that's only because he's afraid of what's going to happen to his knees when he gets back down on the court. The facility is going to be great, and it's going to be easy to get to right off I-80 there. Yep. Kearney Sportsplex, year-round, climate-controlled, multi-use facility, all kinds of adult youth tournaments that can have their camps, league, rec programs, you name it. Owned by the city of Kearney, the Kearney Sportsplex, coming to Buffalo County in the spring of 2025. Back after this, you're watching Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Glenda Knightsky, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. 36 years ago, Fred hired me in Hoskins. Over the years, there's been a lot of great changes. Now I get to work with his sons, Jarvis and Aaron. I'm a customer engagement specialist. I'm there to greet the customer when they walk in the door, and if I can help them, I will find someone who can. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres. It's about the legacy, passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Elevate your drive with Woodhouse Ford. From driving the city streets to cruising the back roads, Woodhouse Ford has something for every lifestyle. Discover the joy of performance and reliability with Woodhouse Ford, where every mile is a testament to quality craftsmanship. With 3 locations in Omaha, Blair, and Plattsmouth, Woodhouse Ford is ready to help you. Shop our inventory and offers going on now and experience the difference of buying with Woodhouse Ford.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
Home health care is a variety of services that are offered in a patient's home, wherever that patient defines their home, whether it be a nursing facility, assisted living, memory care, adult daycare, group home. And it's skilled services that are provided, which could be by a nurse, a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, a social worker, or a certified nurse's aide.
Yes, I would recommend Faith Home Health Care, simply because they make it easy for you to stay in your home. And they come with the supplies. You don't have to come up with anything. They bring everything with them. And they're friendly and kind and clean up after themselves. They don't ever leave a mess.
Anybody can qualify for home health, from a newborn all the way up to people greater than 100 years old.
My name is Harriet, and I really enjoy the services that Home Health Care has given me.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Halftime here at Bob Cunningham Field. The lights are on. A gorgeous evening in Wayne, Nebraska, and a fun one so far. 17-14, Minnesota State, the 11th ranked team of the country, with the lead over Wayne State. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. We'll take a look at some of our halftime highlights here, but Lou, you're going to see some big plays from Wayne State that have really been the difference. It started here with this huge break on special teams.
Yeah, watch the ball here. Well, you couldn't see it there, but it went off the Minnesota State player's foot. And Cheney pounces on it. They get a touchdown run right after that.
But Minnesota State, boy, they were impressive on that first drive. Finished off by the touchdown run by Backer, the freshman, his first collegiate touchdown. And then Minnesota State on back-to-back drives, Lou, were very impressive offensively.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, move it on the ground. And this run,
57 yards here by Backer. That set them up with a goal-to-go situation. They finish off that drive with a touchdown as well. Anger in from 2 yards out. Minnesota State taking the lead. But Wayne State with a big play of their own. Latravius Boyd down the sideline, a 66-yard run, just staying up enough to get into the end zone. That tied the game at 14. Boyd's 66-yard run. Outside of that run, though, Lou, Wayne State has been held to just 32 yards on the ground. That's going to have to change in the second half.
That's 32 yards on 16 carries.
Yeah.
That's 2 yards a carry. That's just not getting it done. You've got to be able to move the ball better. Here's the field goal that is partially blocked. Watch it. You see it changes trajectory there and just gets over the crossbar there to end that half in a 17-14 Maverick lead.
Yeah, it's a good news, bad news situation for Wayne State, right? The bad news, you were outgained in the first half 321 to 151, and yet you're only down 3. The difference, the biggest difference I see in terms of the box score, this game's being won and lost on third down. Minnesota State is 5 of 9 on third down in the first half. Wayne State defense has got to do a better job getting off the field.
There's been a couple of times where the Mavericks were backed up. It was I remember one time in their own territory, it was 3rd and 10. And they picked up like 13, 14 yards. So, yeah, you've got to win those down and distance situations if you're Wayne State. If the Mavericks are able to convert those sort of situations, it's going to be a long night. So they'll have to do a much better job on third down here in the second half to beat Minnesota State.
Hayden Eckern, very impressive, 13 of 21 through the air, 176 yards. Backer, the leader on the ground with 83 yards on 5 carries. Their leading receiver has been Trayshawn Watson, but he's been bottled up. No big plays yet. 4 receptions, I should say, for 49 yards. Nick Bone has been kind of quiet. Started off well, had 3 straight completions, just 2 for 9 the rest of the half. 5 of 11 overall, 53 yards. On the ground, Latravius Boyd leading the way with 83 yards. Ashton Schmatter, the leading receiver, with 2 receptions for 32 yards. Defensively, the leaders for Wayne State, Kowalczyk has led them in tackling to this point in the game. He had, I believe, 6 in the first half. We'll take a break. We'll come back, check on some other scores around the Northern Sun Conference, including one team getting a crack at a D1 school. That's next. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by USAFE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of you and your family. And want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
We're back in Wayne, America. Big football game here tonight. Wayne State Wildcats taking on the Minnesota State Mavericks at halftime, 17-14. The Mavericks in the lead. Other games across the Northern Sun Conference today and tonight, and there have been some pretty interesting ones. First of all, Eric, you mentioned Augustana. You mentioned a team playing at Division I team. Augustana playing South Dakota State. Not doing too bad, 17-3 late in the second quarter. That's hanging with them. South Dakota State's a very good football team, so that's a very difficult assignment. Bemidji State, that's a team to watch out for. They lost a week ago on a late field goal to Minnesota State. They won today over Southwest Minnesota State, 33-0. Wayne State gets them on November 2nd on the roads. That will be one to watch moving forward for Wayne State. Winona State, Concordia St. Paul, Winona State, 7-7. I'm not sure where that's at. It doesn't say. It's 7-7. But that's the score there. Minot State beat Northern State 17-14. Sioux Falls in a close one against University of Mary, 35-33. And the game of the day. How about this one, Eric? Minnesota State Moorhead, the team Wayne State clobbered a week ago on their home field. They played Minnesota Duluth on the road. They scored a touchdown with no time left.
Oh, my.
And they trailed 29-28. Did they kick the extra point, go overtime? No, they went for two. No time left. They win the game. The Dragons get the win over Minnesota Duluth, a team ranked 19th right now in the American Football Coaches Association top 25 poll. And that's a big win.
Not for much longer. Yeah.
Yeah,
they will be
not
dropping
anymore.
from that huge win. Congrats to Moorhead. Yeah, they took one on the chin from Wayne State. You can tell they took that personally. That's a great win for the Dragons up in Duluth tonight. Wayne State trying to upset a ranked team. We'll see if they can do it next. Second half coming up. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Wayne State's defense will be tested to start the second half. They are a defense that no doubt had a lot of things shouted at them in the locker room after giving up over 300 yards of offense to Minnesota State. As we start the second half here at Bob Cunningham Field, 17-14, the 11th ranked team of the country, Minnesota State, leading Wayne State on the road alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. The last time Wayne State played a ranked team, they beat them. That was Augustana last year. They're trying to get Coach Logan Masters to a 12-1 record at home. Underway second half, good kick into the end zone. Minnesota State will start at the 25. Special teams have been really good for Wayne State today. They've been solid in the punting game. The kickoffs have done well. That has been a bright spot for Wayne State this evening.
Yeah, and I think Wayne State feels pretty good about their ability to make field goals, too, with Hensley making 3 a week ago. The other thing to think about, the offense for Wayne State kind of sluggish in that first half. We saw that a little bit against Minnesota S&T in the first game. Came out and played really well in the second half. You're going to have to do that here today against a much better opponent.
They keep it on the ground, and that's one area where the defense has really improved. They were getting gouged in the running game in that first quarter. Minnesota State had just 14 yards rushing in the second quarter. They get nothing there.
Yeah, and that's big on first down. The problem is Minnesota State's got a guy named by the name of Eckern who seems to deliver them whenever they're in a bad situation.
On play action, he has completion number 14, but Wayne State ready for it.
Read that one.
Jeremiah Howard unable to break free. Clyde Hinton over there. Carter Sitzman helping on the stop as well. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Carter Sitzman, and I would be remiss if I don't mention Carter Sitzman's shoes, those gold shoes out there. I got to point out the shoes every week, Eric.
Love those
That's
shoes.
my job.
We saw bright yellow shoes last night as well in Battle Creek High School. That, by the way, the 9th different player that has caught a pass for Minnesota State tonight. Eckern spreading the wealth, and another 3rd down conversion. This time, Trayshawn Watson again.
Well, what do we say at halftime? You've got to win those down and distance situations if you're Wayne State, and you're going to try to win this game. You got to win those situations. It was 3rd down and 9, and a complete pass gives Minnesota State that first down.
Quickly to the line, 1st and 10 from the 37 now. In motion, Gabe Hagan on the ground. Bouncing off the initial line of defense, still on his feet, breaking tackles to the outside. That's Tony Anger. And Lou, that's just Wayne State not wrapping up there.
Yeah. Heck of a run, though. I mean, he ran through, you're right, there were a lot of arm tackles there. But Anger just kept going. He just kept churning. See how many Wayne State guys had a chance at him, several.
Breaks a couple to the outside. Now back to live action, 1st and 10 from the 47. They go back on the ground, out across midfield, into plus territory are the Mavericks. After the carry there by Christian Vassar. They've been rotating 3 different running backs in. Vassar with the most carries, 9 carries for 43 yards here today. And now we've got a stoppage. Officials talking something over as Minnesota State was trying to hurry to the line. But this drive looking eerily similar to Minnesota State's first offensive possession in the first half. But again, that 3rd down completion, 6 of 10 on 3rd down are the Mavericks tonight. And these aren't 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s.
Right. Wayne State continually seems to get, since that first quarter, have been able to get Minnesota State in some bad situations down in distance, and they just have not been able to keep them there. Now the officials still talking this over.
Not really sure what they would be talking over. It was a 5-yard gain on 1st down.
Might be who's going to pay for dinner tonight.
Hey guys, I forgot to book a hotel. I am so sorry. Could you think you could maybe pull something up on your phone while we're here at the field? How's the Wi-Fi? I don't know what this discussion even could be about. Oh, now a flag comes in.
Logan Masters not happy.
Illegal participation on the defense. There's 12 players during the play. That's a 15-yard penalty. Total play, 1st down.
Yeah, 12 players on the field. You got to feel good if you're Minnesota State. You gain 5 on 12 guys there.
Yeah.
Not sure if someone was trying to run off the field late and didn't get off, but that's 15 yards for an offense that's had no trouble moving the ball this evening.
Yeah, you can't give these guys 15 yards, and I think that's exactly what happened. Was the Wayne State player was trying to get off the field and didn't affect the play. I don't know if I'm guessing that Logan Masters thought he was off because he was obviously arguing that.
Logan Masters not happy with that at all. 4th penalty on Wayne State tonight. It's a big one. Moves Minnesota State deep into Wayne State territory now from the 34. Trying to get some speed to the edge, shoved out of bounds. Jeremiah Howard, the junior. Northern Illinois transfer, another D1 transfer.
Gabe Hagan, the tight end for Minnesota State, did a nice job just holding up the defender there for Wayne State, which was Clyde Hinton, the Sam linebacker, just held him up long enough to allow that play to get outside.
2nd down, about 7. Eckern, timing play, caught. Boy, Eckern and his receivers are on the same page. Again, he's completed a pass to 9 different guys tonight. That's Guyette's 3rd reception, and another 1st down for Minnesota State.
Yeah, that's a good football team. This offense is impressive. They do so many things well. We've talked about their experienced quarterback. They run the ball well, big offensive line, and talented receivers.
Now Eckern will keep it, has a hole, 1st down and more. It's 1st and goal Mavericks. Inside the 10, Gerald Fly saved the touchdown for Wayne State. But the Mavericks starting the 2nd half with the offense picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, very impressive drive. Eckern this time just tucks it down. Picked up the 1st down, 1st and goal Mavericks.
From the 8-yard line, quickly to the line, looking, corner route, Guyette can't haul it in. Pretty well covered there by Jacob Bird. It'll be 2nd and goal.
We'll see if Wayne State can keep Minnesota State maybe to a field goal opportunity. And it doesn't matter how I mean, certainly it matters if you get badly out-yarded, but it's the points that matter. And at this stage, you've got to keep them out of that end zone. You want to try to keep this a one-score game if you possibly can.
2nd and goal. Guyette in motion. Little bootleg. Looking end zone, pretty well covered. Eckern tucks, dives, didn't get there. It's 3rd and goal. Eckern got about 5. He's down at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal upcoming for the Mavericks.
You like to run by Eckern. You're a little bit nervous when your quarterback ducks his head down there and dives into the defense. He's trying to score. But certainly set up Minnesota State with an opportunity probably to go for it. If they don't get it here, go for it on 4th down.
From the 2, 3rd and goal. A lot of linemen in for Minnesota State. Wayne State ready for it. Huge tackle there. Jackson Boss, the redshirt freshman out of Norfolk, making the play.
Yeah, Boss impressed us in that Missouri S&T game coming off the bench. And watch he's a quick guy, quick young fella. That's just a nice play. He and Hinton in there as well at the linebacker spot. Great job by Wayne State and the freshman Jackson Boss.
And now we've got a Minnesota State player down, 4th down. What do the Mavericks do here? Looks like the kicking unit is out. We'll check on the injured player, come right back. This is Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
The injured player was Aiden Ferguson. He was able to get up and off the field under his own power. So it was the kicking unit that was out there. Now it's the offense on 4th and goal from the 3. Here we go.
And they've moved the ball well. I can see why you'd want to go for it. If you don't get it, you leave Wayne State with terrible field position.
Now Wayne State calls timeout. I don't think Coach Masters had what he wanted. So Coach Masters burns a timeout as well. The kicking unit had come out. They had a player down. Did Minnesota State. Aiden Ferguson was able to get up and off the field under his own power. During that injury timeout, they changed their mind. Wayne State, I think, was out to defend a field goal and had to burn a timeout there.
Yeah, that maybe a little gamesmanship. The young man that was hurt got up awfully quickly and kind of did leave Wayne State with the wrong defense out there trying to, block the kick instead of stopping the 4th down play. Now we'll see if Minnesota State stays with it. I don't have a problem with Minnesota State going for it here. They've moved the ball so well. Very difficult to stop that running game, or you got a guy like Eckern who can make plays. They can do so many things well offensively. And if you don't get it, the worst thing that probably happens is that Wayne State has the ball around their 2 or 3 yard line.
Minnesota State did attempt a 4th down conversion in the first half. It was stopped. Mavericks now 6 of 11 on 3rd down. If anything, that's a victory for Wayne State, just to get a 3rd down stop.
Well, it wasn't 3rd and long. That's why they stopped him. Minnesota State has just been remarkable on those 3rd down and 7, 8, 9, 10 yard plays.
Minnesota State has just dominated time of possession in this one. Yeah. They've run twice as many offensive plays as Wayne State. Now, a lot of that no huddle. So in actual time of possession, the difference is only about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual snaps of the football, Minnesota State has run 56 offensive plays to just 28 for Wayne State.
Yeah.
That's a way to exhaust a defense.
Absolutely. You talk a lot about being physical and wearing a defense down. Well, you can run a lot of different offenses like that. The no huddle, the up tempo offense that Minnesota State has ran, and run that many more plays. Yeah, the defense is going to be gassed. We still got 10:25 to go in the 3rd quarter, and they've run 56 plays.
Now we've got more discussion. Is this it's a really long timeout?
No.
Was this a media timeout?
Oh, my goodness.
So there's a discussion again.
Possibly a 12th illegal participation again on Wayne State?
I'm not sure what's happening here. We've got the officials talking to both coaching staffs. Got an offense coming out for Minnesota State, a defense coming out for Wayne State. Still says 4th down. And there's no flag that's been thrown, and now the kicking unit is out for Minnesota State.
Well, Coach Todd Hoffner, a great coach. He knows what he's doing. You're going to play the conservative route, and I don't have a problem with this either. You take points. You've kind of dominated this game. I was thinking if they'd go for it, you're trying to get a kill shot in there a little bit. A lot of time left to be played, but you'd be up 2 scores.
And if nothing else, they forced Wayne State to burn a timeout.
Yeah.
Now you've got Jager, who hit from 40 earlier, on to attempt from half that, right dead center. Good snap, hold down, kick is up, and it splits the upright. So 10:21 to go, third quarter, 20-14. Minnesota State with the lead. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
My brother RJ had me believe that he knew exactly what he was taking, but I don't think that during those times he was ever necessarily sober. We lost RJ at 32 to a prescription opioid overdose.
When we met with Angela, it was pretty simple. She showed us a number of plans that would be available and asked to look at our list of prescriptions to try to find the best possible supplement.
She's been very thorough and very thoughtful about keeping in touch with us.
I would certainly recommend Angela for any of your supplemental insurance needs. She's not there to sell you a product. She's there to make certain that the product that she finds for you is best suited for what you need.
So another impressive drive by Minnesota State. This one ends with a field goal, though. First drive of the second half goes 12 plays, 72 yards, takes 4:39 off the clock. The Minnesota State racking up first downs, Lou.
Yeah, crazy. 20 first downs for Minnesota State to 5 for Wayne State. What a dominant performance, but you look at the scoreboard, they're up 6. Wayne State very much in this game.
Big defensive stop in a goal-to-go situation, and now the offense will head back out. Here's Dawson Forgey out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Wayne State's offense, boy, they were really clicking early. Nick Bowen had completed his first 3 passes, then went 2 for 9, or rather 2 for 8. The remainder of the first half, just 53 yards through the air. And again, outside of a big 66-yard run, you take that away, that's less than 100 yards for Wayne State offensively in the first half.
Got to get something going offensively. You've got to challenge Minnesota State.
From the 23, quick hitter far side. That's Watkins Hogue pushed out of bounds. They get the redshirt sophomore the ball in space. His first reception tonight. He's had 12 for 166 yards coming into tonight. Gets about 7 there.
Now, Watkins Hogue has to touch the ball more here in the second half. He's Wayne State's big play receiver, and he's a guy that's got to have the football. You got to get him in space and allow him to make plays, and certainly he's got to have some targets. You saw Watson, the great receiver for Minnesota State, get targeted 7 times in the first half.
Forgey bounces to the outside, breaks the tackle. Giving up ground, able to somehow get close to first down yardage. Boy, Dawson Forgey made something out of nothing there and actually moves the sticks. An impressive run there by the junior out of Winterset, Iowa.
We see Dawson Forgey's idea after college, he's going to be Houdini. Just watch this. How did he do this? There's all these white shirts around. Somehow he escapes and gets the first down.
Moves the sticks to the 33-yard line on that gain of 4. where he ran about 25 yards. Out of the gun, it's Bone. Back to Watkins Hogue in space. Pretty good blocking downfield, almost a repeat of their first down play the previous set. His second reception this time goes for 6 or 7. It'll be 2nd and 4 again.
Yeah, throwing those short passes, picking up good gains on first down. Exactly what you want out of a traditional running game, or in this case, these are kind of like long handoffs. And there you go. There's Mr. Watkins Hogue again.
2nd down 4. Bone on the rollout. Well covered downfield, just throws it away. Tried to get it to Schmaderer earlier on that play and missed through it. That time it was really well covered, and it's 3rd down.
I'm a little disappointed in that cheerleader. She was open and just didn't even make a play on the ball.
They're going to talk about that in the film room this week. You were great on your lifts, but you really should have caught that one. 3rd down and 4 coming up for Wayne State here. Wildcats just 2 for 7 on 3rd down this evening.
Yeah, you got to get 3rd downs here in the second half if you're going to stay with Minnesota State.
Watkins Hogue alone to the top of the screen. 2 receivers to the bottom. Now they split a tight end in motion, 4 wide. Bowen pressured, flushed. Trying to reverse, trying to extend this play, and he'll just have to throw it away. That play had no chance. Great pressure initially. I believe that was Cody Brown who broke through, chased Bone around, and Wayne State, another drive stalls. They'll have to punt again.
Well, yeah, it's the pressure that really blew that up, made Nick Bone run for his life. And you got to give credit to that secondary, too. Really blanketed those receivers from Wayne State. Nobody open. And all he could do there was get rid of the football. Nick Bone not going to force the ball into coverage, get rid of it, and now punt. Now you got to, you got to play some defense here. You can't allow Minnesota State to drive the field like they've been doing most of the night.
Trevor Marshall might be their MVP tonight.
Yeah.
He's punted 5 times, averaging 47 yards per punt. He has flipped the field every time. Another high kick angling to the far sideline. Fair catch called for and made at the 11. That's another 50-yard boot in the air.
Wow. Trevor Marshall.
Young man is really getting it done. He flips the field again. But boy, Wayne State's defense, they have put in so much work. They have defended 56 plays tonight already, and they got to get out and try to find a way to come up with a stop again.
Yeah, you really got to suck it up now because you know these guys are getting tired. 56 plays, you still got a quarter and a half to go.
Minnesota State has come out with tempo. You mentioned Coach Todd Hoffner, one of the best in the country. 14th year at the Mavericks, 133 wins, just 33 losses. Left side, not much. Oh, still moving forward. Look at this rugby scrum. Close to first down yardage. He's going to have it.
Wow.
That's Christian Vassar and a whole bunch of other Minnesota State Mavericks moving the sticks on first down.
Yeah, just great push. Minnesota State so strong up front. Run hard, great blocking there to just push that Wayne State defense backwards.
Goes for 11. Vassar now with 54 yards. Tracked down from behind that time. Wayne State defensively with a big play there. That's Carter Sitzman, the sophomore. He's had a nice game tonight. Former Lincoln Christian Crusader. Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
You see Sitzman really unblocked there. That's kind of a mistake for Minnesota State. He was absolutely untouched. Just came through there and makes a nice, sure tackle.
2nd and 11. Eckern to the air. Having to improvise. Finds his man. That's a first down again. He extends the play well. Finds Trayshawn Watson, who has been very good tonight. That's Watson's 6th reception and another first down for the Mavericks.
They've been putting on a clinic here. The only thing the Mavericks haven't done is score a lot of points. They have moved the ball just unbelievably well.
Good hole off the left side. Big hit, but still churning forward is Vassar. He'll get a yard, maybe 2. Minnesota State not shying away from contact. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Obviously, the Mavericks looking to put together that drive and get that a 2-score lead. That's the only thing right now. Wayne State is one play away from taking the lead, despite being, outplayed rather handily to this point.
That one mishandled on the sideline. That was a tough crab for Guyette, who had a nice tiptoe snag on the sideline earlier. Good coverage as well by Braden Cheney. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Good effort there. Almost came down with that. 3rd down and 8 here. 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 8.5, whatever you want to call it. You've got to, Wayne State, you got to find it here. You got to stop them and get this football back.
Guyette in motion. Eckern, 4-man rush. In and out of the hands of Guyette, incomplete. That might be the first kind of inaccurate ball that Eckern's thrown, but still Guyette probably should have had that one.
Just a shade behind him. Yeah, I think most receivers will tell you, get a hand on the ball, you need to catch it. And not too bad a coverage there. Braden Cheney, one of the guys right there on that coverage. So a big stop for Wayne State again.
Bending but not breaking.
Statistics be darned, I guess, here. Wayne State, one big play away from taking the lead.
Dawson Forgey back to retrieve the punt. Fair catch called for, made at the 26. That's a 34-yard punt, no return. Can Wayne State's offense get something going, though? They just have not sustained any level of success.
No.
Their scores have come basically both off of big plays. One, the muffed punt that set them up with the short field. The other, the 66-yard broken play by Latravius Boyd. Other than that, it has been rough sledding for the Wildcats this evening.
Yeah, only 168 total yards offense to 406 for Minnesota State.
And yet, if you're a Mavericks fan, you're watching this going, how are we only up 6?
Yeah.
Here's Schmatter to the outside. It's that same play they'd been running to Watkins Hogue, except it's Ashton Schmatterer making the play. And just like the first 2 times they ran it, it gets them 6.
It's games like this, though, I've seen games like this before where if you're this team like Minnesota State, it makes you nervous the later you get because you feel like you should be winning this game handily. And, boy, these games, if you end up losing it, those are the ones that really hurt because you feel like you should have won it.
Then the man in motion. They're going to try to get Bone free up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles. Close to first down yardage on the QB keeper. Jet Jansen, the lineman's going to have to come out. His helmet came off. So that's your preseason All-American. Not there protecting the blind side. So keep an eye on the left tackle. It's Nolan Ulrich, the junior out of Blair High, that will be taking over. Bowen did get the first down.
Yeah, much needed first down. You've got to not only keep the football, certainly you've got to try to put points on the board. You got Jet Jansen and Bone, both 4-year starters. They've been together for a long time.
They go with Boyd up the middle, and Jansen will head right back out. Boyd gets a couple to the 40-yard line. I like the idea for Wayne State to do some ball control here.
Yeah.
Keep it between the tackles best you can. Milk the clock and let your defense rest a bit. They've been working hard on that side of the ball tonight.
Yeah, let your defense rest. And even though you're behind, you're only behind 1 score. It's a lot of times teams that are ahead, you talk about shortening the game a little bit to keep the ball away from the offense. You're down. You're only down 6 points. You'd like to have a time-consuming drive and maybe put a little pressure on their defense.
Bone trying to find somebody open. Flips it in the flat to the tight end. That was the check down to Trey Miller, the junior, his first reception this season. 230-pounder out of Bishop Newman High. And good secondary option. It'll be 2nd down and 4. But again, the coverage, the secondary for Minnesota State has been very good tonight.
Yeah. You've certainly seen that on broken plays where you've had Bone scrambling. Usually he's able to find people. He hasn't been able to against this Minnesota State secondary.
3rd down and 4. Bone facing pressure. Lobbing it up. Watkins Hogue lost it. He had no idea where that ball was. And it'll be 4th down. Watkins Hogue was working one-on-one with Kai West, but I don't think Watkins Hogue ever saw that ball.
No, he did not. And West was running, stride for stride with Watkins Hogue as well. And now West is going to go back and field this punt.
Now Wayne State's offense stalling once again, just 2 of 9 on third down this evening. Sorry, 2 of 10 now on third down. Marshall, another good punt. Oh, look at that thing. Check up inside the 5. He might be our player of the game. Trevor Marshall. What a punt. That one goes for 52 yards and is down at the 4.
What is his average tonight? He's incredible.
Yeah, his average has been really good. It was at 41 yards prior to that one, which I think might be off, actually.
That's still pretty good, 41 yards net punt average. You'll take that.
Yeah, his average now 48 yards per punt on 7 punts. He had a 62-yarder in the first half. But more importantly, he's pinned Minnesota State way back in their own territory at the 4-yard line. Eckern out of the gun. Trying to find something on the ground straight ahead. There's a breathing room. That big offensive line of Minnesota State opening a gaping hole for Sam Backer, who really has not been part of their offense at all before tonight, but he's been very good this evening.
Yeah.
Now 8 yards shy of 100. Hand off left side, first down and more. Down the far sideline, one man to beat. Deep into Wayne State territory, huge gainer there. And it's Backer again, his second giant running play in Minnesota State, flips the field.
Well, Backer with the backbreaker on this play. This is a absolute deflator for that Wayne State defense, and give guys like Gerald Fly their credit for running that play down, but big gain.
Goes for 61. Now this first down play, QB keeper Eckern got maybe a yard. Backer now 153 yards on 10 carries. He's had runs of 61 and 57 tonight. Got a lineman a little slow to get up for Minnesota State after that last play. That's Zach Ragau, their big 305-pound center out of Brandon, South Dakota.
Pretty nice to have a guy like Backer, who technically is third string according to the depth chart, to come in and have a night like he's had.
2nd and 9, pressure comes. That blew up the screen. It was set up a little bit behind. They were trying to get that tight end screen to Hagan. But great pressure by Clyde Hinton. He's had a nice game tonight as well. It's 3rd and 9. On the backside, you had Larson there, but that would have been a one-on-one with a lot of field turf behind him if Hagan's able to break that. Huge 3rd down here. 3rd and 9 from the 26-yard line. Bunch receivers to the near side. Eckern, pressured, firing, end zone, touchdown.
Wow.
Found his big play man, Trayshawn Watson, 26 yards to pay dirt. A 97-yard touchdown drive has Minnesota State up 2 scores.
Absolute backbreaker there. Watch the pressure. And it got to him. He hit him right as he threw it. I don't know how in the world this guy, this Eckern, is just able to, he takes that pressure as well as anybody I've ever seen. He's delivered better passes, I think, under intense pressure than just about anybody I've seen in a long, long time.
Meanwhile, Trayshawn Watson, 7 receptions, 102 yards. That touchdown catch, his 4th of the season. The reigning Northern Sun Offensive Player of the Week, doing it again. And now Minnesota State going to try to make this a 14-point game. Eckern looking underneath. That's out of the backfield. Anger, and he's in for 2. Minnesota State An impressive drive late third quarter. They're up 14 on the Wildcats. Crunch time now for Wayne State at home. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Big time score there. Boy, Wayne State really in dire straits. It's only a 14-point game, Lou, but that last touchdown, that 26-yard completion, boy, that really felt like a big punch that Wayne State's going to have a hard time getting off the mat from.
Well, it's like the, it's like the wrestler that's got the other guy in a hold. You think you've got him. Next thing you know, you're on the mat, and he's got you. Every time Wayne State gets Minnesota State in a bad situation, they find a way to get out of it. And that's an impressive drive. Boy, you felt like maybe you had a chance to stop him. You pin him deep, you get the football back, and have a chance to take the lead. Instead, a 97-yard touchdown drive. Now you're down 2 scores. Your offense has struggled here the first 3 quarters. Minnesota State now over 500 yards of total offense, and we've still got a quarter to go.
To just 185 for Wayne State. Forgy from the 10. Hit hard, gets up to about the 25-yard line. Well, Wayne State's got it. At this point, it's not even just sustaining drives. They need to see some points added to the scoreboard here, I think.
Well, that's still a good thing for Wayne State, though. I mean, in the fact that despite being kind of grossly out-yarded and outplayed, 502 yards right now compared to 185, as we mentioned, you're down 2 scores. I mean, you get a touchdown here, you get a touchdown drive. It's not over, but you've got to start executing and making plays. That's very difficult against an outstanding team for Minnesota State.
Bowen coming near side. Watkins Hogue on the out route. We'll have first down yardage after the 10-yard gain. Watkins Hogue's 3rd reception, all of which have come this half. As Wayne State hurrying up to the line here, they're trying some tempo, going a little no huddle. Bowen barking out the call at the line of scrimmage. Boyd coming near side. Minnesota State ready for it. He gets nothing. Play stretched out. Joey Gettle didn't finish off the play, but he's the one who stretched it out. Kai West knocks him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That play went to the short side of the field, and Minnesota State had it defended very well. 4 or 5 white hats right there, nowhere for Boyd to go. Ticking away here, 30 seconds and counting before the 4th quarter.
Bowen out of the gun on 2nd and 11. Officially goes for a loss of a yard. Over the middle, has it caught. That Schmaderer gave up a little bit of yardage. They're going to give him forward progress to the 44. So it'll be 3rd down and 1.
And likely that was the last play of the 3rd quarter.
That it was. Wayne State, they got to find their offense in a hurry. They're down 14 as we head to the 4th quarter. That's next. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Great crowd on hand here. Family night. There's a fireworks display planned for after the game. We'll try and show you that. Might as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We've done some games here before. They do put on a pretty good fireworks show on family night.
They really do. As we start this fourth quarter, it's a big 3rd and 1 for Wayne State. They need their offense to sustain a lot. Wayne State trailing 14. It's Boyd, the bounce, the first down, and gets just enough to move the sticks. Good open field tackle. Boy, Kai West, an impressive sophomore. Had a nice night, but Wayne State able to improve their position and get a fresh set of downs.
Not easy to make an open field tackle on Latravius Boyd, and West made that look easy.
West's 4th tackle of the night. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
You've got time if you're Wayne State. You've just got to execute now. You've got to move the ball and put points on the board.
Bowen trying to find something on the ground, quickly swarmed upon after a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think the big key for Minnesota State, they've just not let Bowen get loose. Just 95 yards through the air. On the ground, just 22 yards. Actually, just 5 net.
And that's big. Because what have we seen Nick Bowen do year after year? He can kill you with his legs and his arm. And usually if he's having problems throwing the ball or completing passes, he's able to take off and make plays. But they have not allowed that here tonight.
2nd down and 8, Dawson Forgy. It's to about midfield before he is driven down. So a 3rd down 6 upcoming. That's Forgy's 8th carry. Just 24 yards for him on the ground this evening.
See if they have some sort of misdirection, Wayne State. It's such an aggressive defense. So many guys flying to the football. You know, you get maybe a reverse or something to come that kind of neutralize that aggressiveness, and you might get a big play out of that. But this Maverick defense, very impressive. A lot of speed and so many guys at the football.
Wildcats 3 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. They got a 3rd and 6 here. Bowen alone in the backfield. Has time. Needs someone to get open. Flushed, pass tipped as he threw it. It's 4th down. That secondary is not letting anyone get loose.
They have absolutely locked this game down, has that secondary for Minnesota State. And now what do? 4th and 6. You got 12:55 to go. The problem is the team that you're playing has over 500 yards on you. You have not stopped them tonight. So you don't really want to give the football back to them. But if you try to go for it here and you don't get it, then you're almost ceding the game to Minnesota State, giving them a short field with a 2-score lead.
All but 4 of Minnesota State's drives tonight have ended in points.
They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 6. First attempt on 4th down tonight. Bowen, pressured, flings it, has it. It's Johnson, first down. Into Minnesota State territory, Jaden Johnson. Well, they finally get him involved. He's been quiet this year. Just his 7th reception of the season.
Jaden Johnson, another good receiver. You're right. He's been quiet this whole season. That's a really good call against that pressure. You knew they were going to bring pressure, and they just that quick release to Johnson picks up that first down.
Now Wayne State back to the line. Bowen trying to find some room to the left. Well, this is a sure tackling bunch. Good hit there by Okanzie. The North Dakota transfer has Bowen down after a gain of 3. Correction on Jaden Johnson. That was his 2nd reception tonight, so he's up to 8 on the year. That'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. 36-yard line.
Just under 12 minutes. It just feels like an absolute must score on this possession.
Pass tipped at the line of scrimmage. Still found its way to the receiver. Near sideline, that's Trevor Marshall. Punting in on offense. He's doing it all tonight.
Yeah, don't hurt that guy's leg. That's valuable. That's a big catch. Another first down. Wayne State moving the football. Exactly what they need. You got to finish this drive, though, with points. You cannot come away empty on this possession.
Marshall's 2nd reception this evening. Gets 13 there. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota State 23. They've got Boyd split out as a receiver to the left. He's in the slot. Bone looking over the middle.
Got him.
Has a man. It's Watkins Hogue inside the 5. 1st and goal, Wayne State.
Wow. That's a great completion and a really excellent route. Post route there by Watkins Hogue. Almost gets a touchdown.
Well, that was a perfect pass, and it had to be. There was decent underneath coverage on that. Now 1st and goal from the 1 after the gain of 22. Bone straight ahead. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown, Wayne State. When they absolutely needed it, Nick Bone, his 2nd rushing touchdown tonight. And just like that, it's a 1-score game again.
Wow, what a great drive. Wayne State, talk about a heart of a champion. They've been battered the whole game, but yet they find a way to put a drive together. Still a lot of time left, 10:31 to go. But a touchdown by Nick Bone that brings them to within one possession. The extra point makes it a 7-point game.
Huge drive when Wayne State absolutely needed it. The kick is up. It is good. And with 10:31 to go, don't go anywhere yet. The Wildcats back within 7. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Wayne State back within 7. 10:31 to go in regulation. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Kick is away. Minnesota State will start at the 25. This will be their 10th offensive possession. 5 of their previous 9 drives have ended in points.
Wayne State with a 12-play, 75-yard touchdown drive, exactly what they needed. Now they're back in the game, 28-21. Now the question is, can the defense, this proud defense that has played so well in the first 2 games and certainly the last couple of years, this has been one of the bright spots of this program. They have been pushed around, quite frankly, in this ball game. Can they come up with a big stop here and give that ball back to the offense?
Hayden Eckern, 18 of 30 tonight, 239 yards through the air. But he's given it on the ground, breaking the first tackle and squirting forward for about 5. Is Sam Backer. Boy, I'll tell you what, Minnesota State has just increased the depth on their running back chart because Sam Backer has had a coming out party here in Wayne this evening. They give it to him again, this time tripped up in the backfield. Big play made defensively. That's Larson, I believe, who came up from the linebacker spot to drop him in the backfield. Larson has been the leading tackler tonight for the Wildcats. And it's 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. That's where Wayne State has had. How many times have they had Minnesota State here, and they have not been able to stop them? And they credit the Mavericks, and certainly Eckern at quarterback. He has just made play after play after play.
Mavericks 7 of 13 on 3rd down. They've got a 3rd and 7. Crowd coming alive. Underneath, intercepted. Picked off and going the other way are the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and goal, Wayne State. That's Joe Morrison, his first INT of the season.
Wow, Joe Morrison with the pick. Wayne State in business. When you watch the replay, the pressure finally got to Eckern. and made him make a bad decision. He's made so many good decisions all night. This time the pressure got to him. And I think that was James Frank, I believe, number 91, that got there, that forced him to get rid of the ball, maybe a little quicker than he wanted to. And Morrison with the biggest play of the night. Wayne State, a chance now. Boy, it's like the fighter that's been knocked down a few times, just hanging around now. A chance maybe to flip the script.
Just the second interception thrown by Eckern this season. Now it's Bone. Not much, gets a couple down to the 7-yard line. That pass was intended for Isaiah Emanuel, but they had bracketed it. That was double covered. And you're right, Lou. First bad decision by Eckern all evening.
Yeah.
And now Wayne State, who has been dominated in time of possession and total yardage, a goal-to-go situation to tie this thing.
Wow. That's why you play 4 quarters, right?
Watkins Hogue in motion. They go the little misdirect. It's Forgy inside the 5, fighting forward, spins down to the 2. It'll be 3rd down and goal. You know this is 4-down territory.
Oh, no question about it. Dawson Forgy, what a tough run. Tough dude out there bouncing off those defenders and getting the ball forward. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he's a tough dude.
3rd and goal from the 2. They bring in another tight end. Trey Miller is checked in. You've got Watkins Hogue split to the far side.
The quarterback run, maybe?
They fake it. They're going to go to Watkins Hogue in the corner. Got
Touchdown.
it! Touchdown, Wayne State!
Oh, the dramatic pause while we waited to see if he caught it.
I've got to see this again.
Yeah. Wow, what a great fade pass here by Bone as well. Didn't expect that. Wow.
The concentration.
High points it, gets his feet down.
Wow.
Great play by Kendricks Hogue. Great play by those two.
Kendrick Watkins Hogue's 3rd touchdown reception this season. What a turn of events.
Wow.
2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, and we are tied. 28-all. You're watching Wildcat football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of you and your family. And want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Make this the summer of Jeep at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save on our full lineup of SUVs like the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And take advantage of our current offers going on right now. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations in Blair or Bellevue today.
Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We will be talking to Coach Logan Masters and our player of the game. Those interviews brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Well, Minnesota State has got to be shell-shocked right
They
now.
have to be, right? I mean, they had this game in their back pocket. I think they were thinking about what they're going to do, what they're going to eat after the game. I don't think they were thinking about trying to put together a game-winning drive at this point. And the ball, just goes out of bounds.
Now that's a mistake at a bad time. That's going to give Minnesota State really good field position.
Yeah.
Look, this is the 11th ranked team in the country. It's one of the most successful coaches in the country. Truly one of the best in the nation. A guy who's won conference titles in half of the seasons he's been the coach here.
Wow.
Taking them to 2 national title games. They are not afraid of this situation, I assure you.
No, you got, it's funny with the 2 coaches. You got a really good young, and we're looking at Minnesota State. Todd Hoffner has been around a long time.
Yep.
He's a veteran coach, and you got Logan Masters, a young coach. But both these guys, you could see these programs, and you've got a Minnesota State, who, as you mentioned, have been in championship games, and they're always in the playoffs. And Wayne State, a team trying to get there, but both teams playing well and with heart, and making a great game here tonight.
All right, Hayden Eckern back after throwing the interception that set up the last touchdown. They go back to the ground. Wayne State defense piling him up. About 8 guys credited with the tackle there. That's a gain of about 3.
Yeah, you didn't want to kick the ball out of bounds there and give Minnesota State good field position. But you got to figure, as we see Todd Hoffner over there, you got to figure old Uncle Mo right now is definitely in Wayne State's side after the way they have come back.
2nd and 7, Akron alone in the backfield. Couple of tight ends to block, so he's taken off. Not getting much. Breaking through defensively, Luke Lambert. 270-pound sophomore Ashland Greenwood grad out of Greenwood, Nebraska. A yard gained. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great penetration there. Nothing there for Eckert. Eckert had, a reasonably good runner.
3rd down and 6.
Play of the night right now.
Wayne State faithful coming alive. Just 3 down linemen for Wayne State. They drop back in coverage. It's tipped and incomplete. Oh, that was open. What a play by Isaac Robinson, the junior linebacker out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. If he doesn't make that play, Isaiah Emanuel had no one behind him.
Yeah, pass thrown a little bit short. Eckert has made some mistakes here in the 4th quarter that he did not make in the first 3 quarters. And yeah, almost an interception. The bad news is he didn't come up with the interception. The good news is that's 4th down. They got to kick the ball away. Wayne State will get the football back here. 6:50 to play in the ball game, and it's all tied up.
What on earth? What a 4th quarter. Wildcats bring the house. Forgy up to make the catch.
Ooh.
Gave up some ground, though, did not call fair catch. Loses yards on the return back to the 24-yard line. All right, Wayne State, 2 timeouts. Remember, they had to burn a timeout on that weird are they or are they not going for it on 4th down, the field goal from earlier.
Well, I think if you're Wayne State, now you're on attack mode. You're not going to be conservative here. You're going to attack this defense. You've got this team on their heels a little bit, and you got a chance to win the ball game. I think you're going to see Nick Bone taking some shots downfield. We mentioned that Kendrick Watkins-Hogue needed to touch the ball. Well, he did. He got the tying touchdown. I think you're going to have to target him on this drive as well.
On play action, that's who they go to, Watkins-Hogue. Pretty good pursuit, though, gain of a couple. Watkins-Hogue, boy, he and Kai West, they have been at each other all night. Good-natured, both of them like, it's fine, but they have been jawing at each other all evening.
Yeah, a little conversation going on out there, but that's okay.
Couple of sophomores talking to each other.
Couple competitors going at it.
Watkins-Hogue went to Dubuque Senior High, great high school program there in eastern Iowa. 2nd down 9, halfway home, 4th quarter. Handoff, Minnesota State in the backfield. Boyd looking for help. Able to get something out of it, out of bounds across the 25. Good patience. Got a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, 3rd down and 7. That have not been very successful themselves, unlike Minnesota State in the 3rd down and longs. You got to find somebody open. The secondary has been stellar at covering those Wayne State receivers most of this ball game.
3rd down, call it 6 from the 28-yard line. Wildcats checking the playbook. Minnesota State showing pressure. They bring it. Bone steps up, fires, caught. That's Johnson. 1st down, Wayne State. A flag comes in at the end of the play. Thrown in the backfield after the pass was thrown.
You're going to have a late hit, possibly. Where it's at, it looks like a late hit. I did not see that, but that's based on where the flag is at.
Jaden Johnson, boy, a great catch. What a throw by Bone under duress.
Yeah, threw a rifle shot out there, and Jaden Johnson caught it. Personal foul.
It is roughing the passer against Minnesota State.
Wow.
That is huge. Take another look. You'll see it kind of right at the end of this throw. As Bones dropping back, rolled up underneath on the leg. They will call that every time. It's honestly kind of a bad break, right?
Yeah.
He was trying to roll, but boy, you hit the quarterback under the knee. They're going to call that every time.
Yeah, that's scary. Nick Bones, lucky he didn't get hurt on that play. Before that, it looked like they might have missed a hold on Wayne State as well.
Oh, the ball came out. Forgy fumbled the ball, and Minnesota State says they have it.
No, nothing by the officials yet.
No signal. Minnesota State trying to say they have the football. The near side linesman said second down.
The officials are not agreeing right now with Minnesota State. They're saying it's Wayne State football.
Minnesota State trying to say they had the football there. It looked like it came out. We'll take another look at this. The ball definitely out. But it looks like maybe Forgy came up with it on the bottom, or they blew the play dead.
But definitely,
that ball was definitely out.
Minnesota State came out of that pile with the football. I'm thinking they said it was not a fumble, but it sure looked like it on that replay.
Wayne State may have caught a break. They called timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:26 to go. Maybe Wayne State caught a big break there.
Yeah.
We'll see. But 4:26 to go. I did not see who called the timeout. But boy, Wayne State, they've been outgained tonight 524 to 283.
Well, they've been able to do this in the past. We talked about Augustana last year.
Yeah.
They did not have their best game offensively, found a way to win that game. They got some turnovers on Augustana, won that football game. They just hung around. You know, they've been kind of beaten up in the first three quarters by Minnesota State, but yet they didn't go down and stay down. They kept popping back up, and they make some plays here in this fourth quarter. And here we go. They've got a chance now, 4:26 to go. They've got a chance to win this football game. If you play your cards right, you're able to move the football, kind of move it down into field goal range and run some clock. You have a chance maybe to kick a field goal at the end of the ball game and not give Minnesota State the football back. I mean, easier said than done, obviously.
They have not put on the scoreboard who called this timeout. We've got officials talking things over at midfield. Both teams huddling up.
Might be an officials timeout. Although it does not appear that it's an officials timeout. But we'll see.
Well, Wayne State, this might be their only crack at a ranked team this year. We've talked about it. Augustana, not on the schedule. UMD, although they won't be ranked after this week, not on the schedule. But for Coach Logan Masters, you win tonight. Look, the Northern Sun isn't easy. Just because you're not ranked doesn't mean you're not good. Bemidji State probably could still be ranked. That's a very good team as well. But you look at what Wayne State's got ahead of them. At Winona State next week, home to Minot State in 2 weeks, at Southwest Minnesota State, at Mary, a lot of winnable games coming up. Some that maybe they can steal on the road. You know, boy, if you can finish this one off here tonight and get a victory on the number 11 team in the country, with the way that this game went for the first three quarters, you feel like you're playing with house money the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think the schedule is manageable after this game. As we mentioned, you don't play those teams. Minnesota Duluth got knocked off today by a team that Wayne State clobbered on their field in Minnesota State Moorhead. But you also, one thing you have to remember, you think back a couple of years ago when Wayne State was doing well, and they went to, I believe it was University of Mary that was winless at the time, and they beat them.
And
so
lost.
You can never take any game for granted. But, boy, how high would they be if they were able to pull this game out of the fire? I mean,
absolutely.
You'd have so much momentum. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago in the Missouri S&T broadcast, as if you could find a way. You don't look ahead, and they didn't look ahead. They beat Minnesota State Moorhead. But if you can find a way to win this ball game, you set yourself up for at least for a chance to make a run at the playoffs.
So, Lou, I think they might have been reviewing that.
It could be. And if that's the case, it might be Minnesota State football, because that did look like a fumble.
We'll see what Chris Gira says.
Ruling on the Phil's hands. Second down.
All right, they did not see enough to overturn it.
On my whistle.
Yeah, that's difficult. I mean, it was in a pile there. You know, if you don't have definitive proof,
yeah,
you can't overturn it. So
we've got a few cameras here, but we don't have as many as they normally have, you know, let's say on some of the other networks. So 2nd down and 9. Wayne State, maybe they caught a break. Can they take advantage of it? In Minnesota State territory, it's Boyd straight ahead across the 45 to the 43-yard line. 3rd down, about 5 upcoming. Wayne State has been much better on 3rd down in the second half. They've converted, in fact, their last 3 in a row.
Well, big 3rd down coming up here. 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. You're at the 43-yard line of Minnesota State, so you're not, you know, if you don't get it here and you don't even come close, you know, you're taking a big risk if you go for it based on where you're at on the field.
Empty backfield, 5 wide on 3rd and 5. Bone. Oh, driven backwards, incredible pass rush there. That play did not have a chance. That's big Cody Brown. 3rd sack of the season. Bone was trying to step up. If he could get past that first level, maybe he had something, but Cody Brown wasn't letting that happen.
I'm not sure that wasn't a designed quarterback run to spread them out, and then we've seen that before with Nick Bone. He just tucks it down, but nothing there. Absolutely nothing. Minnesota State stuffs that play. Now you have no choice but punt the football.
With a guy who has been great at it this evening. 48 yards per punt. This will be the 8th punt tonight for Trevor Marshall. Caught at the 10. Good moves out across the 20. Solid return there by Neil May. All right. So Minnesota State has 3 timeouts, 2 minutes and 54 seconds, and 78 yards in front of them. But they don't need all that. All they need to do is get in field goal range, and we know that Jager's got a leg because he made one from 40 that was blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they did this last week. They won the ball game on a field goal as time expired. There's an offense that has 524 yards this ball game, but they've been quiet here as of late.
Keeping it on the ground, good hole up the middle. That's a 1st down and more. That's Anger, who's not carried it much in the second half, brought down by Morrison, who had the interception earlier. But that's a gain of 16 and a fresh set for Minnesota State.
That was a great run. Gives Minnesota State some real field position to work with now.
1st and 10 at the 38. Eckern on the ground again to Anger. This time Wayne State ready for it. Nothing there. Dexter Larson in on it again. Looked like Kowalczyk was in there. Those two have been all over the place for Wayne State this evening.
Yeah, those guys are so good. So many tackles. Those guys are tackling machines. We'll see if you start targeting Watson here on this drive.
2nd and 11. They'll go to the air. And they've got it 1st down to midfield. Just setting down in the zone. That's not Watson. That's Guyette, who's had a great night tonight. Gets right to midfield.
They've done a really good job of finding holes in that zone coverage and completing those passes.
Timeout called. We'll take one as well. Don't you dare go anywhere. Tie game. Minnesota State has it late. You're watching Wildcat football on NCN.
Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, has several multi-specialty outreach physicians, including ear, nose, and throats, orthopedic surgery, urology, nephrology, general surgery, and pulmonology. Our physicians are all board certified. They have obtained the highest level of medical expertise in their field. Rated by our patients with a perfect 5 stars. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care, so close to home. Located in the Fountain Point Medical Building, Norfolk.
What a game it has been here on a Saturday evening in Wayne, America. Wayne State has outplayed Minnesota State for most of this 4th quarter. But the Mavericks have found their mojo again. They've got it 1st and 10 at midfield. All they need is 3 to take the lead.
Yeah, they're set up well. Plenty of time.
Eckern will keep it, gets around the edge, hit hard, but that's about first down yardage. They'll give it to him, in fact. And now a flag comes in at the end. And this might be on Wayne State.
Yeah, you got to keep your head in that situation. A personal foul here puts...
That came way after the play.
I'm sure it was somebody talking or shoving or something over there. Eckern gets around that corner. With Wayne State, you've got to keep him contained. We'll see what the call is.
It is a personal foul against Wayne State, so now Minnesota State well in field goal range. Boy, penalties have come at bad times for Wayne State tonight. That one was huge.
Yeah, that one is a killer because right now Minnesota State is in field goal range. You're about a 41-yard field goal from where you're at right now.
So, yeah, from the 24-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And they've run the ball so well tonight. 311 yards on the ground tonight for Minnesota State. Adding to it, here's Eckern to the right, still going. Look at this push, close to first down yardage.
Well, now you can run clock here. You could center the football. The short field goal now at the 15 would be about a 32-yarder, roughly.
That it would. This is 2nd and short. Minnesota State, though, thinking they could also score a touchdown to win this thing. Eckern will keep it again. Bounces to the outside. Stays in bounds, but moves the sticks. It's first down with 1:18 to go.
Yeah,
and they are ever closer.
This is a situation you got to be careful. You want to continue to be aggressive. You'd love to get a touchdown to end this ball game, but you've got a pretty easy field goal right now. The one thing you don't want to do is cough it up or get overly aggressive and turn the football over where the game is really in your back pocket right now.
Handoff, here's Anger up the middle to about the 10. Clock will tick inside of a minute to go and a timeout called by Wayne State. Wayne State trying to maximize as many possessions as they can. But Minnesota State, they are in the driver's seat now.
Yep.
A drive that was already a first down but moved forward by the 15-yard penalty. Minnesota State will have it at the 8-yard line, it appears, 9-yard line. From there, you're looking at about a 26-yarder for Matthew Jager and Minnesota State to walk out of Wayne with a win.
Yeah, Minnesota State on the doorstep right now of 2 straight walk-off field goals in Northern Sun play against good teams, Wayne State and Bemidji State. You talk about maybe teams with a little momentum and statement wins. It's been a difficult schedule for Minnesota State. You had
really
Northwest Missouri State, you had Bemidji State, now Wayne State here on the road. So, but they, not over yet. It's still minute 1 to go, but they certainly are in the driver's seat at this point.
Wayne State with 1 timeout left. Eckern will keep. Diving up the middle, he's inside the 5, falling forward. This might be first down. That's going to be 1st and goal, Mavericks from the 2.
Wayne State now with the ball at about the 2-yard line and only 1 timeout. So again, now here comes that timeout. But for Minnesota State, do you even try to run the ball? I mean, I guess you've done it all night. You just don't want to have a turnover here because you've really got the pretty easy field goal, basically an extra point at this point to win the game.
Yeah, I think if Minnesota State is going to run a play, they're going to keep it in the middle.
Yep.
Probably just Eckern straight ahead.
But you're certainly close enough, and with the push that offensive line had, I think that's probably what they're going to look at doing. You don't really want a handoff at this point.
Right.
Eckern has been good running the football tonight. You just follow that offensive line up the middle. The issue is if you don't get it, you certainly want to try to center that football so that it's a much easier kick You get on that far hash, and where you're at on the field right now, that's a tough kick. That's an angled kick, and not as easy as it would be if you're in the middle of the field.
Minnesota State has 333 yards rushing and 585 yards of offense in this game. They have done the job. They just have not been able to finish off drives as well as they would have liked. But they can finish it off here and get to 3-0 in business.
Well, no timeouts for Wayne State. You may see Ekern take it and
they're in kind of a victory formation here.
Yeah,
Ekern
right up
going
the middle.
straight ahead. Got a yard to the 1. That clock's going to tick. They would have to snap it at least one more time. So do you let it, I mean, if you're Minnesota State, maybe you just let it go as far as you can and go for the field goal with about 10 seconds? Or do they, now they're going to try to snap it one more time.
I think they're going to try to get a touchdown to end this thing.
Flag comes in.
He's in the end zone, but the flag.
They call it a touchdown, but let's see what the flag is.
That's offside on Wayne State. It'll count, obviously.
They threw the flag right as soon as the...
I think it's going to be on Wayne State.
Encroachment.
Yep.
On the defense, number 98.
So the 1-yard touchdown run by Ekern will count with 24 seconds to go. Minnesota State has taken the lead.
Wow. Boy, what a game, huh? Wayne State found a way to come back. But Minnesota State, they look the part, don't they? They look like
really
a team
do.
that could make a run in the playoffs this year.
And now the extra point. There's still 24 seconds. So this one not over yet, but Wayne State cannot stop the clock the rest of the way. Extra point is up. It is good. 24 seconds to go. Wayne State will get one more crack at it. Can they pull off a miracle? Find out next. You're watching Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Fields, farms, communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at explorewaynestate.college.com.
Well, the Wildcats need a miracle. They've hung around despite giving up 587 yards of offense tonight. But Minnesota State punching it in with 24 seconds to go, up 7. Wayne State, no timeouts.
You get a good return here. Wayne State needs a good return so that you have a chance to take some shots. With no timeouts left, very difficult assignment.
They keep it on the ground. Johnson just has to fall on it.
Oh, my goodness.
At the 12-yard line. So Wayne State, 23 seconds, 88 yards in front of them and no timeouts.
Yeah. Okay, you're the offensive coordinator. You got to find something here. Maybe a hook and lateral or something. You need a big play. You need to get the ball across midfield and then give yourself a chance at the end zone. You just don't have time to put together a drive. 23 seconds, no timeouts. It's going to take a couple of big plays for Wayne State to have any chance at all.
3 receivers split wide. You've got Forgy in the backfield. Bone going to heave it as far as he can over the middle. It's intercepted, and that's going to do it. Picked off by Carson Dunn, his first interception of the year, just the second INT thrown by Bone this season, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, it was desperation time. An interception seals the win. Certainly some things to work on, a lot of things to work on for Wayne State, but the fact that they hung around and made a game of this is impressive. And then Minnesota State, that's a really good football team. I've been impressed with them all night. They've got a lot going for them. Good quarterback, the receivers, running backs looked great. Defensive and offensive lines were so dominant. Great secondary. This is going to be a very difficult team to beat in the Northern Sun this season.
They have won some hard-fought games this year. They steal another one on the road. Your final, Minnesota State 35, Wayne State 28. We've got post-game coming up. We'll also have the fireworks display. You'll hear from Coach Masters, our player of the game. Much more to come. Let's take it to the skies, though. We've got the fireworks display about to start, so we'll keep it here. Then we'll take you to post-game. You're watching Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Conference Network at nsicnetwork.com. A reminder as you leave, if you would ask to please check the area around you after the fireworks display.
Well, a great fireworks display, although it was Minnesota State providing the offensive fireworks. 585 yards of offense as they get the 35-28 win over Wayne State. Wildcats fought hard, but in the end, just too much from the Mavericks in the end. As we get set to hear from head coach Logan Masters. That interview brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Coach Logan Masters suffering just his second loss ever at home. And he's standing by now with Lou Siefker. Lou?
All right, Eric, thanks a lot. Well, the Wayne State Wildcats, they hung around, but not quite enough tonight. Minnesota State takes the win here, 35-28. Joined now by Logan Masters, head coach. Coach, I mean, there's certainly some good things that happened tonight. I thought you guys played with some heart, even though Minnesota State kind of had a lot of yards on you and stuff, and you hung around. What are your overall takeaways of tonight's ball game?
I'm really proud of our guys. They play their butts off for us. You never question their heart and their want to, which is a lot of fun to coach. We didn't play very well. Defensively, we had guys there. We got to tackle better, and credit to them. They're big, strong, physical. We didn't tackle very well. I don't know how many missed tackles. Unfortunately, we'll count them. And offense is just we'd have one guy out of the 11 go the wrong way and things like that. And when we didn't, we went up and down the field pretty well. So, I mean, it's like we talked about in fall camp, consistency and being a well-rounded team for 4 quarters in every play and not having quarters off kind of like we did tonight.
Over 300 yards rushing on you. What did you see was the biggest problem in stopping that running game?
Probably tackling. I don't know how many times we had guys in the backfield or no gain one game and they ran through our tackles. So we got to shore that up for sure.
What was the key to kind of, hang around and stay in the game, and you guys made some plays and tied it up? How are you guys able to do that?
I mean, we got really good players. I mean, you see that, and they don't quit. They play for each other. They love each other. It's a lot of fun coaching them, and so when you got that, no matter how poorly you play, you still got a chance to win even against a top 10 team.
Well, one of the bright spots I thought was Marshall, your punter. I mean, he was well over 40 yards and kind of flipped field position for you guys several times.
Yeah, special teams has been a big upgrade this year. The guys are really executing. Coach Wilkes done a fantastic job. So, yeah, you wish we would have maybe used the field position, not give up long drives with it, but make them earn it, I guess.
We're going to be talking to our player of the game, Kendrick Watkins-Hogue. He made a heck of a catch there to tie that ball game up. How well has he played this season for you guys?
Yeah, Kenny's really good. He's one of the best in the league, if not in Division II. We're glad to have him, but he can do it all. And probably the thing I'm most proud of him is he's a great teammate. He practices butts off every day, and it translates on the field, and that's why he's making big plays for us.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Not the end result that you wanted, but a lot of good things and a lot of football left to be played, right?
Yep, we got to get better and get ready for Winona.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. All right, let's get Kendrick Watkins-Hogue. There he is. Here he comes. Kendrick Watkins-Hogue is over there. You're talking to your agent, or what's going on?
My family. Got to talk to them first,
I understand that. Kendrick, talk about the way you guys just hung around in this ball game. It looked like Minnesota State was going to take you guys completely out of it. Next thing you know, you guys are up, or you guys are tied 28-28. What was the key to sticking around and making this a ball game?
Just keep executing blocks, and then we can go over the top, make the big pass plays that we've been practicing all practice. So we really just trying to stay consistent. That's where we messed up right at the end. We didn't stay consistent enough. We let them hang in, and then they got the last points right there. So all about consistency, trying to keep the ball moving, keep it in Nick's hands, trying to get him. He'll make the right decision for us every time. So we trust him to get us the ball.
You guys have a pretty good chemistry there, don't you?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Talk about the touchdown pass, that fade pattern there in the back of the end zone. What did you see there? How were you able to make that play?
I saw the one-on-one, and they told me it was going to be one-on-one in practice. We practiced it rep after rep, and I just had to go get it, had to go make the play. I made the play, and it came to me. Nick got it to me in the perfect spot where only I could catch it, so it was a great play by him, great ball, great connection.
So that one-on-one, you're licking your chops?
Yes, sir, every time, one-on-one. It's not 50-50, it's 100 me, 100-0 me every time.
Now, as you guys didn't win this ball game, but you hung around against a great team. What do you think going forward? What's kind of the message to the team as far as the rest of the season? As we just said with Coach, a lot of games left to be played. You guys could still have a special year.
Yeah, no more underdogs. I think we just made a statement here, just sticking in the game. If we keep going, I don't see us losing another game. We'll see them again in playoffs.
Kendrick, good luck the rest of the way. Congratulations on being our player of the game.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, that's Kendrick Watkins-Hogue, our player of the game. Eric, let's go back to you.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment. I think this team's going to bounce back and still have a very good year. Kendrick Watt, you saw it again. What a catch. My goodness, what a play he made there to tie this game in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at how this game shook out. This was a wild one. Let's take a look at our top plays. Those are brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all of your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there is a difference. The last time Wayne State played a ranked team, they beat them. Number 11 coming to town. Wayne State already up 7-0 after a touchdown following a muff punt. Minnesota State answers, though, the touchdown run. First career touchdown run for redshirt freshman Sam Backer. We're tied at 7. Minnesota State comes right back down. With their offense, they took advantage of some missed tackles. Backer, a big play here. He was over 150 yards rushing on the night. This a 57-yarder. This sets up Minnesota State in a goal-to-go situation, and the Mavericks know what to do from there. They hand it off to their leading rusher on the season. That's Tony Anger, in Minnesota State takes the lead for the first time at 14-7. But Wayne State not done. How about Latravius Boyd breaking to the outside? 66 yards to pay dirt. Wayne State struggled rushing the football, except on that play right there, they tie the game at 14, second quarter. Minnesota State would drive late in the second quarter, get some plays late. This play here by Anger diving forward would set them up. Now, that was actually a fourth down stop by Wayne State. Next, though, later in the quarter, Minnesota State would get the field goal up and good from 40 yards out, despite the fact that it was blocked. Minnesota State leads at the half, 17-14. It's 20-14 now, third quarter. Backer breaking off another big one. This one, 61 yards. Gerald Fly makes the touchdown-saving play here, but it sets up Minnesota State again. They work it down the field, and a picture-perfect pass from Hayden Eckern to Trayshawn Watson, who's one of, if not the best wide receiver in the Northern Sun Conference. 26-yard touchdown run there. It's a 14-point game, but Wayne State not done yet. Nick Bowen in from a yard out. He had 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. They get within 7. Next drive, interception. Joe Morrison picks it off, sets up Wayne State with a goal-to-go situation. Just the second INT thrown by Eckern this year. A few plays later, Kendrick Watkins-Hogue, corner route, one-on-one, one of the best plays you'll see all year. An incredible catch, and we are tied at 28. But Minnesota State would drive the ball, get it inside the goal-to-go situation. Eckern gets it in from a yard out. They take the 35-28 lead. Last chance for Wayne State. Picked off, and that's going to do it. Minnesota State racks up 585 yards of offense. They get the win 35-28 over Wayne State. And those top plays brought to you again in part by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. And that'll do it. Our final score, 35-28. Minnesota State gets the win on the road. From a broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, my name is Eric McKay, and you've been watching Wildcat Football on News Channel Nebraska.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.
Get ready to raise your stein, Norfolk. The Norfolk Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to Oktoberfest, hosted by Bank First, on September 20th and 21st. It's a free family event packed with German fun, delicious food, Nebraska football, and kids' activities. Catch live performances by the Koopman Combo, Jesse Carr Band, Polka Police, Little Tavern Band, and Envy. And don't miss the annual stein holding contest. Will you be the last one standing?